Are you for
That
real?
can't be.
Can you go to
Yes, I am
14?
for real.
We're not starting at 13. That's awfully unlucky.
I can't because I can't pause it. I can't start and pause on a second. Oh,
Yeah, you
okay,
can.
14, 14, 14,
Oh,
14.
okay, I'm at 17 now. I realize.
Okay.
Do you know how there's a play
You
button,
pause, or you, yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah. I figured it out now.
and
So
then
you pause at 17.
I'm at 17. Yeah, I like click the
Right.
bottom
Okay.
one, and then it doesn't actually have a pause button.
Ah, yikers. Okay, cool. Well,
Oops.
I'm at 17 now, so I'm. We ready to go? Three, two, one, go. Good. Okay. So let me hop over to in game. There we go. Good. Okay, cool. So they've dropped their TCs pretty far away from each other. I know there was a game yesterday where they pretty much douched each other from the off. But we have Hallis in the. I've got Hallis in the blue as
Yep.
the Malians, and I've got Fish in the red as the Persians. Two very strong. They're very strong nomad civs. They're the civs you'd expect to put on nomad, get played on nomad quite often. Alice has gone for a dock first off, whereas we've got Fish who's opted to get his TC up a little bit quicker. I think he was a little bit late in dropping that, so he's put 3 villies on that to get that up a little bit quicker.
Kind of looks like it. Yeah. Like building the TC with 3 villagers is actually something that's not terribly uncommon at the top level.
I have noticed this as well. Um,
But
yeah.
oh no, that villager's going to the south. So you just look at the map script. We've got this massive
Yeah.
landlock,
Oh
and he's
no. He
not
didn't
gonna
start.
find any water there. But at least if he
He's gonna find a
goes,
boat.
yes, but he needs a dock right now. He's not looking for a
He does
boar,
need a dark. Yeah.
and that's a lot of idle time. But he's probably gonna go off to the side
Yeah.
now, um, because it's really
Yeah.
unfortunate when you're Persians and
That is.
you're not getting the dock up and then going for the fishing ship already, which Malians can do. But Hallis's dock's already up. The
Yeah,
fishing ship's
Hallis got a
working
really nice
already.
dark spot. He's got look at his two deep fish right next to his dark as well. That's a, considering like the water space. Um that's really good to see. And we've got Fish who has scouted his dock already as well. So is he gonna drop it? Is he gonna drop it up in the south?
He has to now. He has to make a decision.
Ah, okay.
Because Hallis has already had that food income from the fishing ship and the villager.
Mm,
So
yeah,
Fish is now on food already under his TC to compensate from him. To
yeah,
compensate for that, and not got the same equal balance as Hallis. Hallis has obviously had the dock up, so it's much more standard in terms of
yeah.
openings, but Fish is
Two
totally
ships
having to
out.
adapt.
Yeah, I think Fish has had a really rough start here, to be honest. Um, Not ideal at all. Hellas bringing in a board nice and early.
And he just
What's
got
he doing?
housed.
And he just got, and Fish just got housed. Or Hellas just got housed. I didn't see that one.
Fish got housed. Yikes.
Yikes. Yikes. Might be some tournament nerves, eh?
And
But
yeah, in terms of like for an ideal start, this is like the worst
mm,
possible start you could even imagine. It's
yeah,
not good at all. And having that
yeah,
dock just behind Hallis is like Hallis is going to be first up. Like
yeah.
I almost have no doubt.
So, yeah. So did you see Hallis's game in the round of 128 where he had a really similar dock situation where he actually used his fishing ships to block the enemy's fishing ships escaping, pops
Seen
out a fire,
I seen the
destroyed him.
clip of it. I
Yeah,
didn't watch the full set, but I did watch that clip, and
yeah.
yeah, it was
It's
quite
like
funny.
it's like the exact same situation which we've got going on right now. So this could be a really strong position now. Plenty of sheep moving around the map as well for Hallis, scouting nicely, getting some really good scouting info. He can tell at the top of the map where there's some pretty juicy water as well, so could probably redock up there if he wins water. Um, yeah, all looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, he's done a good job. He's got a nice wrap around of his base with 2 of the
Mm,
geese, and then your other priority is just to use the geese to try and scout the coastline and try and work out where
yeah.
the edge of the map is. But he's kind
Mm,
of finding out with that one in the north now. It's good, and then you can see
yeah.
anything that's around his base. He's another board to the northeast, another one to the southwest, and then he's got gold, he's got stone. So he's in a pretty good spot. I prefer TCing towards the edge because it's a little bit easier to wall as well. Whereas if you're in the middle, you're kind of in. You can't really wall if your TC's in the middle. It's a lot more difficult.
You kind of like you're able to be attacked from all angles here. The only thing I would say about TC spots, Fish's TC, right next to gold, whereas Hallis's, he has on a wood line and he is quite near the coast, but it's a little bit of a walk to some golden stone piles, which could leave him quite exposed to early pressure. But I do think he's in the better spot, so hopefully he's going to be the guy who's exerting the pressure.
Yeah. Alice is going to be 2 vills up. Fish is just taking Lim. So he is going to be 2 vills behind, which is not ideal to start the game.
Building. Yeah, he forgot his second building. Oh no, is it an FC build this, do you reckon?
17 villagers. Anything around 17, 18 vills is pretty much fast feudal. Get into fires, and he knows the docks there, right? So
food.
Yeah.
Does he know the docks?
Yeah.
Oh, he does now. Yeah, cool, good stuff. So he must be pretty happy with his position right now. 3 on gold, so probably looking at a few bit of 5 ship production, and Fish also on gold as well. Also on the way up to feudal. Considering Fish's really poor start, only 10 seconds behind. That's really not bad.
Yeah, it's absolutely nothing, considering pairs and docks are going to work faster in feudal age. Only get 1 dock up, so I wonder if he's going to try and make another one, maybe sneak it in between both of these ones, but yeah, I mean, Hallis is committed to 2 now. Fish's uptime definitely says that he wants to go for more docks, but nothing yet, and he does have 4 on gold, so that definitely does show it.
Interesting. So he's putting a dock up in the north there, which kind of traps all the fish. They're all sharing the fishes now, which is nice. Oh, all nice and calm and friendly. Okay, so Hallis up first, and we've got a fire ship in production immediately.
I really like that second dock from Fish.
Yeah, so oh my god, he's going for a third as well.
Like,
oh boy.
He's going to need 1 more in gold, especially how fast the docks produce, maybe even up to 7.
He does. Hallis will know about this now because of the way the fish are going.
But having both the docks surrounded from Hallis from Fish is really nice. Like, especially as a 2 up at the top where he's going to want to expand into that direction, so it makes total sense. The Fish is starting like nearly all saturated towards the south, so even if Hallis did just go backwards, he's not going to get a whole lot more going to that way. So the docks are great from Fish, to be honest. They really are good.
We're looking at some pretty intense water battles here, to be honest. Goodness me, yeah, they're both really committing to the fires right here now.
Yeah, Fish.
Hallis is going to lose a build to a ball.
Oh, he has.
He forgot about it.
Yep.
Thanks. Yeah, I respect that. Oh, I've got a demo raft out now from Fish. Hallis splits away, kept the ship alive. I don't think he's going to be able to repair in time. I don't know. Is he going to keep that ship alive? Yes, he is. Good stuff. So
the situation for Hallis on water is, I don't want to say it's unwinnable, but it's really in a bad spot. So his absolute priority is just keeping his fish alive, enough time to get maximum value out of them, so he can collect enough food. But like Fish has done an amazing job. He's actually moved his fishing ships up towards the north, so he's already repositioned them, like in that transition from Dark Age to Feudal Age, and Fish can just send in a fire galley from the bottom as well. But demos are going to be important here. That's a good shot from Hallis.
Good, and it's really cool how quick the tide turns when you get like a juicy demo in.
Really how the turntables.
Oh, how the turntables, yes. So still commitment for both sides to water here. Not much action on land at the moment.
Fish looks like he's going to mill the deer here. I don't know if he sees that boar up to the northeast. He doesn't really. He had some issues with some sheep scouting at the start, lost them. So he's not going to, like, I think he knows where Hallis is in that gold, but he doesn't really see a whole lot, right? But going to make a mill here, so that would kind of indicate he does want to get a market up. He's not got a barracks yet, so...
Yeah, Hallis got a market up to bounce some eco. Quite a few idle billies at the moment. It is first game, and he's obviously looking at a lot of the other stuff going on. So we've got 3 ships there being repaired for fish. Eco-wise, they're still on 32 to 32. But I don't know how much longer that's going to be the case whilst with the 3-dot production from fish. So Hallis getting a blacksmith up now. Resources from Hallis looking really good, by the way.
He'll be up in the next couple minutes.
Yeah.
If not
fish
shorter.
Looking quite a way off. Sending that boat back. So it looks like Hallis is probably easing back off on water now. I feel like he's fished all the fish he can in there. Maybe accepted that he's not going to be able to compete anymore. And he's going to look at a slightly different approach moving towards Castle Age. Okay. So what do you think the players for the Malians now versus the Persians? How do you transition this into the Castle Age?
I think Alice would be pretty happy just to get up to Castle now. That's quite a big investment from Fish, and he's actually still producing fires. If I'm Fish, I'd probably just get rid of the fire galleys now that are in queue, because there's no reason you should be left with like 10 military on water, and then the other players clicked up and they can just make that transition. There is quite a distance between them, so I would just be expecting a barracks and a stable.
Yeah.
The one thing that Persians can kind of struggle with is if they do get smushed, because they don't get redemption, so they can struggle with that, even with the TC that's double HP. But I wouldn't be expecting that with the distance between them. Well, it's not that big, to be honest, but the stable is coming up.
Stable now, yeah. Well, what would you feel about a dock on the other side?
From Hallis?
Is that a waste? Trying to take the fish on the side nearest TC?
I think you need to try and get something back on land first to have that swing of momentum.
Yeah.
And then you could maybe consider it later on. But at this point, the investment's been made from Fish, and it's a big one. He's got 8 fire galleys left over.
He's still not clicked up, and he's still miles away.
Yeah, well, he'll be up pretty soon. Has he got buildings? Just putting the market up now, and we'll be going for a blacksmith as well. But he'll be a relatively large amount behind Hallis. Let's put it that way.
I think Hallis is going to hit Castle before Fish even clicks, and that's so much kind of like breathing space on land with that Castle Age power spike. Like his eco's Fish's eco's so open at the moment.
Yeah, and Hallis is actually adding docks.
Fish has absolutely no idea what Hallis is doing on land as well.
But I think it's maybe a little bit too early to add some docks.
Yeah,
because they've been found already.
Yeah, I would have thought that further down the coast, where it's narrower water, I feel like that'd be safer. But
I think in theory yes, but if Fish was going to send the fires anyway, he would have found them. It doesn't really matter if it's in the top, if it's further down. Like, you're just delaying it for an extra 30 seconds or something. But
true.
He's investing pretty heavy into the extra docks. One's just going to go down straight away. I prefer if he just goes for the land military and tries to get as much value from that point first, and then maybe get back on the water.
We do have some knights on the woodline now from Hallis. So no upgrades on them at the moment, but still getting a bill kill and just being annoying there as well. Nice bit of distraction. Could jump on the berries. Probably is going to jump on the berries. Yeah, so good bit of idle time there, doing a little bit of damage on land. So 2 docks up in the north now for Hallis. He has got the war. Is it war galley upgrade? What's the one you get up in Castle Age?
War galley, yeah.
War galley, yeah. So he's got the war galley upgrade there.
I'm just gonna have to go for demos at this point with the numbers. But Hallis's eco looks really bad. Talking about upgrades and knights, he's not going to be able to get upgrades and knights just because he doesn't have any food eco whatsoever. And that could be super tricky for players if they don't adapt to after losing the fish, and then don't, start dropping farms and trying to get more food another way. He's got like one more ibex to come in, but his food eco is a little bit of a shambles, and he's trying to overcompensate a little bit just now. He's went up to 15 on food. On different areas, like many villagers around the mill and that one ibex. We've got 7
Yeah.
bells there, and I think he's got like 8 on berries, or 7 on berries as well. Yeah, 6 on one berry patch, and one's totally idle.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to get back on water here, but I just feel like Fish's water numbers are quite big compared to Hallis's, so I'm a little bit.
And like he has took out some with some demos though. That was one thing. It was up to 7 fish and chips,
Mm.
and it's went down to 3. So that's good for Alice. He has took the numbers
Yeah,
down a
yes,
little
it's
bit.
some good demos out here. Yeah, but it just feels like he's trickling his units in. Oh, that was good. He just took out 4 ships with a single demo. It's good, and now they're on pretty much low health here. And yeah, both players still producing out their docks. Second TC.
It's incredible. Thank you for the prime. Appreciate that.
Up now. Got a monastery and some spears in defense for Fish here. So many on wood for Fish. 23 on wood. Okay, 23 on wood as well. Fair enough. And yeah, Hallis really loves his eye bags. It's interesting.
He's just making use as much of that free resources as he can before dropping farms, but he is getting a few more down now. And that Malian's bonus of the cheaper buildings does add up. Once you just start dropping more and more and more, the wood savings are really nice.
Yeah.
You can see Fish got the monastery up. Just gonna go for some monk and spear defense in the meantime. And to be honest, I like the approach.
Yeah, so Hallis doesn't see that TC going down on stone there, so I guess that's looking to go on stone for a castle, probably. I don't think it'll fit on the hill anyway, next to the wood barn.
I don't think you would do that anyway, just because the TC is so strong, but
yeah,
it's probably gonna be for a castle in the face. Most people go for the castles for the unique units as well, but
so we've got 30 monks going just where the knights are now.
I wouldn't be expecting war elephants.
War elephants?
I wouldn't be expecting war elephants. You know, most people usually go castles for the unique units, but persons are one of the instances you probably wouldn't go for the unique unit.
Oh. So Fish is really keen for these relics at the moment. So one relic in already with another one to come. So I mean, he's really setting himself up for the long game here. Still no upgrades on the knight, so can't really sit underneath the town centre there. But Hallis on 3 TCs, Fish on 2. Let's have a look at what's going on in the water. So I feel like Fish has got water now.
Yeah, but he's not getting a whole lot of eco from it. That's the only thing. He's not getting free fish and chips, and he's.
So I mean, like, he doesn't. Yeah, so it just feels like it feels really weird when we can see this as like observers as to how little eco's on water, but how much military's on water. It's strange.
I believe the word's disproportionate.
Disproportionate, absolutely.
Yeah, like. But he's. It's like, how much do you want to secure the water? And some players are just really keen to make sure they maintain that control over it.
The presence and control, yeah. Yes, even more relics coming in now for Fish. So he's going to have 3 relics, and he's got outposts all the way down the bottom of the map, and another TC going up at the bottom there. So, yeah.
Here's going to be a question. The 8 villagers that Hallis have in stone right now are going to collect the stone quicker than the 3 of Fish. It's got to be Hallis, right?
I don't know. I'm not good enough at maths.
Got to be.
We'll see.
I think it is.
I think so. I think he's catching up.
I like that both players are thinking about that transition to get a castle up. Castles are just so important on Nomad to get the map control. They're important on any map, right? But especially when there's gonna be lots of little choke points that you can make and
and resource control.
Hallis has a nice eco rolling.
Open map gen this for Nomad.
Yeah, it's quite an odd one. It's quite an odd map gen. You've got some monks still just defending. He's trying to convert each 3 of them, and he's running into some piers in the back. Hallis, so taking some damage for free up towards the docks in the northwest.
Yeah.
Monks defending in the meantime. Villager numbers pretty much the same, but
yeah. So Fish is going to have 4 relics. I don't normally see that much commitment into relics like this early on. Alice's wood situation is looking a little bit dicey at the moment.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I wouldn't mind a stone wall, just a little bit further north, and then maybe castle just to the left of the stone, and then you secure quite a bit of wood.
Wood in the north there. Well, so, yeah, I agree. So it does look like Hallis is going to have enough stone first for a castle, and his resources are kind of looking like he's getting on his way to Fish, meanwhile, because of all these relics, he's floating a heck of a lot of gold at the moment. Oh, and Hallis deletes those knights. After the monks.
I think.
Oh my god. Fish has got 20 on stone at the moment. 20.
I think Fish is also thinking about Imp as well. He just put a university up and he doesn't have, he doesn't really have any units for it. He does have a market, so maybe just sell wood, buy some food, but he's going to drop a castle right in Hallis's face.
Hallis, is he going to see this?
And they're going to try and counter castle, but that's a big head start for Fish, and he's got a lot of villagers there. That castle's not going to go up.
Yeah, and he's doing the monk trick. No, Hallis deletes. And puts a castle in his base instead.
If anything, Hallis is...
Oh, Fish has only just got horse collar as well.
He's going to be up as well, though. Sold quite a bit.
Yeah. So still pretty even in terms of build count. Fish ever so slightly behind here. Hallis is going to have to transition his food eco somewhere else. How scarce of the stone in the south as well, so go on that if needs be. But I think Fish is putting a lot of pressure on at the moment on the map, and Hallis seems to be getting pushed further and further into a corner here. Okay. Oh, is that his MTC? Oh my god, it is his MTC!
Yeah, it's gonna survive though. It's only done.
Come on,
only done 700 damage, and he's already at 60%, so he'll be absolutely fine. No fletching or anything else from Fish.
I was trying to build a bit of tension.
He's fine.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
In terms of the eco for Fish, definitely looks a bit more solid as we get into the Imp. Hallis is really lacking food count.
Yeah.
It doesn't look too hot at the moment. He's kind of dropping some more farms, but even his wood count's not very good. He's kind of overcompensating a little bit as well. Got 38 on wood now, so he's... And then,
second castle farm, Fish there on base.
And that's in a lot of farms as well, right?
Yeah.
Which is not ideal when you're really struggling on food.
No.
And he's only 10 seconds ahead, and it's going to be 2 castles versus 1. Don't want to call it too early, but Hallis is in a real tough spot. What's his Fish game still is?
His Fish game still is, yeah. I still believe we've got a second castle going up there for Hallis as well, so it will be 2v2 castles. That gold is going to be... Those villas are all going to have to move and go somewhere else, though, because that gold is going to get shot by the castle. Trev out first for Hallis here, but these are Persian castles, so they are more HP, right?
Nope.
Or is it just...
That's Byzantine you're thinking of.
Byzantine's fair enough. So got some camels out for Hallis. With what upgrades have we got? And I can't click them, they're moving too quick.
They're good, the exact same for both players. Yeah, just +1 defense.
Oh my god, and a third castle going now for Fish now.
I was wondering, is Hallis going to get the shot on it? I wasn't sure if Hallis was going to be baited to try and do the foundations and try and kill that, but he's still going for the one.
Yeah. It's just an insane castle war here at the moment. There's like 5 castles on my screen at the moment.
Yeah, Hallis is really struggling for gold. Really struggling for gold. Even just like right now, but long term as well, he doesn't really have any gold control at all. So yeah, Hallis just feels in a total clock to me.
Yeah, that castle is going to go down there. And I'm guessing... Yeah, Yeah, the fight continues. How many Trevs out for fish? Just so it's 2 versus 3 at the moment, Trev wise. Oh no, 3 versus 3 now. Got one of the castles going down for
And
Hallis.
Fish can just continue to repair his castles, and he's good.
Yeah.
And Talus has normal camels. Fish has heavy camel.
Yeah. Don't ruin my dream.
I think the game's really starting to feel like in a bad spot. The villager numbers going down for Hallis as well. That castle's going to go down unless something really quite crazy happens.
Got another castle going on at the bottom there as well. And I think it's 4 Trebs now versus 3, but the villagers can repair forever. Both castles going down at the same time. But Hallis can't engage with the army that he's got against the monks and the heavy camel. Having to migrate all his eco now. Really squished in the corner. It's not looking fun. Hallis has got TC up in the north there and he's on stone. And it's the GG's called. Oh, GG.
Yeah, a little bit rough. A little bit rough. Capture Age is just lagging for me right now. I need to.
You're a little bit behind. I apologize.
You didn't really spoil anything, all right? That was
I mean,
I was totally looking like that. The game was.
it was looking pretty rough.
It was over.
Mm.
It
So what
was
do you think
over.
Hallis could have done differently to? Because I thought Hallis seemed in a decent spot, although he didn't have water. Fish didn't add anything onto water, so I feel like is it map control? Because you can see how Fish has moved his TCs forward and then got control with the forward castles as well.
Fish just had a better eco, and Hallis can do a lot of damage with the monks and the spears with what he had in water. But the water was nice for Fish, but it wasn't like an overwhelming thing. It was just Hallis didn't make that transition to land eco, and his eco was pretty much always in shambles in land. And then,
Well, could be
yeah,
first game nerves.
yeah, it
I'm
all
going
kind
to
of
say that's
stems from
first
that.
game nerves. That was just a warm up. And I'm sure we're going to get some good games. It is a best of 5, so we have seen comebacks from further away. So
Fish had a really good game though. Like that was really solid considering the
yeah,
start.
that was absolutely awful. So kind of getting back on track to come back from that, really good.
And the game actually ended at like a really nice time for him because he's only got 3 on gold. Like, if he somehow made some disastrous mistake, then he would have been in a nasty spot. But yeah, all good. All good.
He does have plenty of gold. Like he's got loads of gold in the south available, loads of stone available. I think he did a really good job of kind of scouting out the extra resources and putting himself in a good position to come back.
Yeah, and this is one of the downsides when you do place your TC to like pretty close towards the edge. You can get backed into a corner.
Yes,
That
that's
is
true.
that is one downside, but there's downsides and there's upsides.
Exactly, because that is the chaos of Nomad. Okay, so. Um, we're on to game 2, which will be on Hallis's home map, which is, I imagine it's game 2 is mired. I've not got them labelled as game 1, game 2, game 3,
You
so
don't.
I don't want to load up the room.
I've just quickly hopped out to the draft as well. I'm just looking at the draft. It's actually second pick from Hallis versus fourth pick
Oh,
there.
is it?
So it's really really nice for Fish to win with the fourth seed. His fourth pick over the second pick for Hallis because that's obviously something he's prioritized to get. In terms of strategy, like long term, that's really nice for Fish. And Hallis still has Goffs. I want to know when it's coming. But I think it's
I'd
going to
love
be
to see
mired.
that.
I think it is mired.
Yeah, it is mired. Cool. So for Hallis and Fish game 2. So for this map, I can tell you, I'm going to go and get in the game and pause at 10 seconds if that's okay. But we're going to have a Mongols v Berbers.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise indeed.
Wow.
Okay, I'm paused at 10. Are you...
I'm good to go. I need to update the scoreboard right enough, but
Oh, I don't have a scoreboard.
what are you casting on? Are you just doing in-game today?
No, Cap Trade. Oh, how do you... I don't have Cap Trade Pro, though. Does that make a difference?
Now, if you go down to
Oh,
the Capture Age logo at the bottom,
uh-huh.
click on it,
Yeah.
settings, casting,
Oh crap, that was statistics, not settings. Catchphrase, settings,
and it should.
casting, enable scoreboard, best of 5.
Yes, yes.
Cool. Oh, okay. So we have
Capture Age for Dummies,
this
5 on stream.
one. Love it. Ah. Okay. Cool. 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 This is good. This is good. Lovely. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm paused at 10, so if you want to count me in, I will go.
3, 2, 1. Then you can take away the intros, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Lovely. So we're on game 2 of this best of 5 in the Wandering Warriors Cup. We have Hallis in the blue playing as the Mongols. Surprise, surprise, on this map with all the boars on it. And we have Fish playing in as down here in the red, playing as the Berbers. So could be considered counter civ pick with the faster moving bills to the Mongol hunt bonus. Would you say that's correct?
If anything, I think it's a counter to the horse. If I'm being brutally honest, like I think this horse blocking is incredibly strong, and then having that extra speed on the villager is going to help quite a bit.
Yeah. Cool. The only thing with these horses is they don't have like little coats on them showing if they're red or blue. So it's really,
Gotta click on them.
difficult to see what's going on.
You could even control click, and then they'll always be there if you don't click on anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, certainly long term, Berbers are always known as the counter pick to Mongols, right? But
Yeah.
Fish has already got his horse up there, and he's ready to pounce, but he is bringing it back because Alice is going to go for the horse block already.
Yeah.
And Fish is just maybe going for the diagonal. No, he's got that one. That's nice. So nothing yet.
Okay, so Hal's got 106. We'll have to keep a boar count going on here. So it's currently 1-1 in terms of the boars with the horses in the middle. It just feels like one big mini game, this.
Yeah, I don't know, it's a weird one. I actually love the Fish. It's like, is he going? It looked like he's going for an early one when he knew that Hallis's horse was up there, but Hallis has brought his horse down already and bringing in his second boar already. But Hallis is gonna be annoying, and
See, this is actually, I think this is really good for Hallis because Hallis is able to bring in his boars relatively freely without thinking about the boar diagram in here.
yeah, exactly.
So it's been really annoying for Fish here. Also, can we just look at the idle TC time? 1 second and 6 seconds. For me, I think I'd be over a minute right now with all this chaos going on. Okay, so is going to bring in the boar. Have both fillies got loom? They've not even got loom. Oh my god. If that was me, I'd be like 3 bills down by now.
I think it's pretty important to get up to but he is going for the loom nice and early, just in case. I actually don't like that Fish hasn't really tried too hard with the block, but he is going to go for one now. Even with loom, it only takes a few hits to really get the. And I think he might get it here.
Might get it.
I think Fish is gonna.
Oh, but actually, no, and he saves her. What a save there with Fish taking some damage on his scout as well. That was tight. Oh, tight. So the KD still 0-0. So we haven't missed anything going on down in the bottom here. So we've got another bill bringing a ball in for Fish there as well.
Fish gets one secure, and then I was bringing in another one, but Fish is going to go for the block.
But we've got the...
And House is just blocking out the other horse as well. And Diagro's nice from Fish, and then has to get in front of the Vil. It looks like you just want to stop that from even going.
Yeah.
There's the two things you can go for. You can try and de-aggro the boar so it
Yeah.
doesn't get there, or you can try and block the villager to try and die. But a lot of boars from both
There are a
players.
lot of goals.
Of course, Mongols do have the advantage there.
Yes, so there's 2 more left on the map. They're all on Fish's side here. I think Fish was taking the ones in the middle first. So, but I don't know how many. I don't know how many each player's got. I've not managed to kind of keep count on that stuff. Hallis is sending out a build for the final one here.
Honestly, I don't think the total number is that important. Like, because
Yeah.
Mongols are always going to collect them faster anyway. Like, and
Yeah.
4 or 5 boars are still 4 or 5 boars, and Hallis loses his horse. It's really nasty.
Not ideal.
And Talus is actually setting up Bell for that boar, and it's not going to be there anymore. So it's a lot of idle time for that villager. A lot of idle time for that one Bell, and she's going to come back empty-handed.
So Hal's moving up to berries now.
She's going to get the sack.
Yeah, she's going to come home empty-handed. Going to be hungry. All of the townspeople could be hungry for all that pig. Okay, so we've still got 1 scout on the map for Fish here, and we've got Hallis with no scouts, but on his way to feudal. Fish didn't even have a loom that whole time,
which is great. Which is great for Hallis. Sorry, great for Fish. They didn't have it. Doesn't really need it with Berbers, of course, because they do run a bit faster, and he's just going to use that idle time, collect the food, and he's going to be up to feudal pretty soon as well. Not too far behind, all things considered. The Mongols he's going up against.
Lovely stuff, yeah. So, yeah, so got Fish was moving out, just going to mill some deer in the south of the map. And Hallis dropping a barracks. Not produced anything out of it at the moment, but might see some feudal pressure with that in mind. Not on gold, so it doesn't look to be going some kind of FC at the moment. No military buildings at the moment for Fish.
And Fish going double mills. Double mill.
Okay.
Yep. Going for the ibex, and he's going on to the berries, and only berries for Hallis in the meantime.
So
would like to see him expand. But stable? Stable it is, of course. And barracks just coming up for Fish as well. Will be up almost in perfect timing for getting up to feudal age. So I would just be expecting a stable as well from Fish.
Yeah. Nice classic Berber opening. So the horse here, I'm just looking at the scouting in the north from Fish. Hasn't really seen much of what Hallis is doing. Hasn't seen his any of his production buildings yet. But I imagine he is expecting some kind of forward pressure. And there's 2 hills making their way forward now. Wonder what that could be.
I love that Hallis has just sent the spear forwards. Like using it as a scout initially, but worst comes to worst, you can just plank that next to the staple. As provided he doesn't lose underneath the TC, which he could have done there, but finds a stable, just leave the spear on top of that, and that'll be nice. But we'll see a tower. Yeah, he knows where the TC is, and the wood line's going to be pretty isolated. So a tower on the other side would be not bad. The wood line's so thin. The wood line's always so thin that the TC could. I think it could potentially range at from almost at any point behind the wood.
At any point, yeah.
But he's having to place it backwards. So I think Fish is just going to be able to fight this down with the Vills.
I do too. Yeah, he's got 2 spears now.
Yep. And Hallis just deletes it.
Yep.
And this is a lot of idle time for Hallis. And he's not getting a whole lot of value out of it right now.
Yeah, so there's 2 scouts and 2 spears versus 3 scouts and 3 spears and 2 scouts at the moment. Another spear coming forward now, so can potentially engage at this point. But I think the villagers are just going to go home. I don't think they again coming home with no.
Yep, nothing to show for it.
Nothing to show for it.
It's not good. Not ideal for Hallis whatsoever.
No.
Bit sad.
So,
a little bit sad. He needs to get some value from his military right now, though.
Yes.
And spears are there for Hallis as well, so Biko's going to be pretty important.
Getting on the Barrett, on the berries there, so we did have one Bill go down there. Maybe two Bills? No, I think he's going to have to pull away. But yeah, so KD is 1 for 1 at the moment.
And Fish making that range transition, so I'll be going for some archers. Does have 3 on gold already. I like it, and then there's nothing from Hallis in the meantime. It's just adding eco home. He's added a shit ton of farms. Does have both eco upgrades, so those farms will be upgraded.
Yeah.
Or Scholar, which is nice.
Yeah, I like the amount of farms Scott. I do think he needs to think about going on gold soon. Could be a nice engagement for the scouts here with the spears. If they get in position, is he going to trap them? Oh no. Okay. So Hallis must expect that a range is coming to deal with these spears. I don't know how he's going to react to that. Fish is floating a lot of wood at the moment.
He does have quite a bit, yeah.
And he doesn't really have many. He doesn't really have many safe places to put farms. Like his TC's kind of trapped in a little bit. Can you see with the wood line?
Yeah, he's gonna chop out. I actually wouldn't mind if he actually just tasked those villagers and see how he's got this clump to the left hand side.
Going to get some
I mean, you could
picks on berries here, which is good. Oh, and the quick walls. Nice. I can't believe it's still a... Okay, cool. It's not anymore. Okay, and another bill going down there for Fish. Goodness me, this is chaotic.
But 2 archers out now. Fish just has a defender's advantage, so should be able to clear this up. Should be able to clear this up. And he's trying to take out that clump of wood to the left of his TC, and then he could drop like 5 farms.
Yeah.
He's actually doing it already.
He's feeling like he's like screw it, I'm dropping a mill. This is ridiculous.
I think he's like, this is gonna take way too long.
Yeah.
And just walling.
So looking pretty good. I'm not like 23 on food right now. I know some of that's long distance milling, but there is a decent farm eco that has been rolling for a little while now.
He's got 13 farms. Like that's more than enough to get up to feudal age.
To castle age.
Yeah, to castle age.
Yeah.
And second building coming up, he's just gonna use those ibex, get the last little bit of food. Just doesn't have the gold yet. He might just use. They might use those 4 villagers that are on the ibex right now, and you can just make a mining camp, and then that food will drop off from that.
Yeah.
Not doing that.
You can see where all the players are focusing though, like the bills go idle because the military's getting microed, and then the military goes idle because the billies are getting microed. It's good to see. Cool. I do like the feed up pressure on this map. We've got some skirms coming out for Hallis as well now to deal with the spears and the archers. Oh, not ideal. Just throwing a scout away to the army there.
Yeah, Hallis will just be a little bit of... He'll be playing on the back foot a little bit now, but this seems to get that clear up in the middle. So if he can keep everything forward, would be perfect. But even if he has things at home and has to defend, like he'll just try not to lose villagers and be trying to get up to the castle edge. But if he can stay forward, he'll try and stay forward. But he'll need to keep his army alive. Because if he loses that army, he'll have nothing to defend. And there's that time window of when you go up to castle edge where it can be difficult.
Yeah.
You've got nothing to defend. It looks like he's just going to go home and try and defend and get up to castle by the looks of it. And he's got his buildings nice there if he needs to reinforce anything. Which is especially nice for skirms.
Yes.
You don't want them travelling all across the map and then getting picked off by this one scout. It's just...
it's the most depressing thing ever. That's why I hate making skirms. They just die to anything. Cool. So we've seen another range come up. Do you reckon we're going to see CA in Castle Age?
I mean, they do have the best Castle Age CA in the game, so they don't really transition too well, but into Imperial because they missed some upgrades. But the Fast and Fire Cavalry Archers are really good for Mongols.
Good.
Just whenever. Obviously, in Mongols, you want to be going Manga Dai, so when it gets to Imperial Age, it's not something you would be making anyway, in an ideal situation. But yeah, Castle Age Cavalry Archers are extremely good for Mongols.
Nice. nice.
It
So
just it takes a while to
currently
get to them.
3 different armies at the moment, which Jesus.
He's still not up, and Fish is gonna be up at pretty much the same time.
Yeah. So Hal's just throwing a market down there and putting a tower on the go. I don't know. Is it needed?
I think he's made. I think he's made too many skirms. Or
Yeah.
it's just way too food intensive, and it's delaying his castle age so much.
Yeah. I think at this rate, like Hallis is going to be up before, but getting some good damage in from that tower there, which is nice, which should mean that.
And Fish clicks up.
And delete the
He's up first.
market. Yeah, they're both up at the same time. Come on.
He's up. He's up first. Like Callus has been sitting on his res for a good while and probably should have been up.
Yeah. So loads of scouts there as well for Fish, and Hallis's army is looking a little bit thin now. He's going to have to take some really good engagements to make the most of it.
Like if you go archers, like the wood and the gold, it's just so much easier to get up to castle age. But he wasn't on gold, so he needed to make something. But yeah, it was certainly not optimal. But I think he had to do something to defend because Fish was still adding military. But it was certainly not. It was not the best thing to do for Hallis, and that looks. That's really bad that the scouts aren't engaging for Hallis.
Yeah.
They're on stand ground. He's gonna lose everything. Nearly everything. That's not good for Hallis.
No.
And oh my god, Fish is sitting on a lot of res. A lot of res. Hallis is sitting on a lot of wood, but not a whole lot else. His food eco is an absolute shambles at the moment. It's not looking too hot.
Well, I believe.
You can believe. I believe too. I want a result here.
Yeah.
But we have to be objective, Mel. At times. Well, it helps too, okay?
Yeah. So we got second. So we've got 2 ranges. I'm gonna get second stable coming out now as well for Hallis, and I feel like he's gonna have to go pretty all in to push this back. And meanwhile, Fish is opting for a second TC. Fish's eco looks so much cleaner at home. He's just got so much more room.
Not only does it look cleaner, it just straight up is cleaner. Like, get 9 on gold, got quite a bit of farms. He's gonna be having the. He's got the upgrades now coming for the knights. He has tossing a couple, which is not ideal, but yeah, Fish just looks in a really good spot. He's totally in the front foot, and he's like, okay, I'll add 1 TC. Nope, I'm gonna add another one as well. So he's adding 2 CCs in the back, and you know you can't really blame him. Like he's just totally on the front foot here, so it does make sense. And he can just keep churning out some knights when he can.
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be camo crossbow.
Immaculate Man, thank you for the follow. Welcome here.
And it just looks like it's just going to be straight knights. Knights and send for Fish.
Looks like it.
The first few knights coming forward. So no upgrades on the camels. And we've got +2 knights coming in. Jesus. And he's just... Oh, no. And he's having to loop back for the...
Fish is doing an amazing job. He's attacking from 2 different angles at the exact same time. He's going to trap in those 4 on the left, and then Hallis calls it.
Yeah.
That move from Fish at the end there, just send in 2 knights and then bait the army, and then sends in 4 other ones in the wood line. That was a beautiful move from Fish.
Yeah. Oh, GG both. That's chaotic. I do like the extended feudo. I just think I just wasn't sure about the skirms. I think you're right in the fact that was an awful lot of food eco. They're so vulnerable as well. If they get caught out of position because of the minimum range with the scouts, they're just kind of dead in a few hits.
But he had to make something, right? Like, obviously,
absolutely.
The skirms put him back. But the real issue is the eco management. He didn't have any gold to produce archers. Which would have got him up earlier to castle, but he wasn't on gold early enough to actually do that.
Yeah, because I feel like the micro is pretty similar, like in terms of how good they are with it. So I feel like they could mirror units, and I don't think Alice would be far behind with that. But literally, like, who am I to comment on stuff like this? Like, I cannot play anywhere like this at all. So I cannot imagine the pressure that they were under in these games.
Yeah, but I have to say, like, pretty impressed with Fish, and a lot of the Eastern Asian, Vietnam, the like Chinese community, Japanese community, they all play a lot of Nomad Start maps, so
Yeah,
they know what they're doing. Like,
yeah,
uh, I'm really impressed with Fish so far, and I'm pretty
yeah,
sure Fish is just a little bit higher on the ladder as well. So it's not like it's
yeah. Alice is higher seeded in this tournament, though.
Is it really?
Mm.
Hmm.
They're close,
I
but
think
Hallis is higher. But I think Fish is more of a nomad specialist than
yes, and
Hallis is.
the seeding's pretty much all the top players are playing majority Arabia, so the seeding against this, and the seeding was only done in current ELO, nothing else.
Mm.
And then you're using nomad maps where totally non-standard. So
Yeah,
I'm really not putting too much stock into the seeding, to be honest.
yeah, that's true. Especially we've had some pretty big upsets so far as well. Lovely. Let's have a look at some stats. Yeah, it just feels like Fish just had the military lead at pretty much all points during the game, and getting up to castle at the same time was just
Yeah, it was rough for Hallis. It really was. And do you know what was a clutch moment for Fish?
Um, I don't. What do you mean the clutch moment? For me, it was that there was an engagement at the either when they were just up to castle age or at the very end of feudal, where the scouts didn't fight and the spears were out of position. So
It's got to
the scouts were just in good engagement with the skirms. It was just all like, no.
it's got to be the farm dropping for me.
Okay, fair enough. Farm dropping.
He's just trying to get rid of that wood, and he's like,
Pretty
"Oh fuck it,
good.
I need to
Yeah,
get those farms down." He only had like three of
yeah.
them.
Makes sense.
Let's just make
Makes
a
sense.
mill. I'll get them down.
Okay, right then.
Okay, let's have a quick look at the draft then. So Mongols, there you go. That's Hallis's. That's his number one prioritized civ. Gone.
Yeah, on this map as well.
Yeah, and then Fish for second. So he still has some strong civs left. Chinese,
Mm.
which I would be expecting here, and Boundary Ball should be next as well.
Mm.
Yes, Chinese they're a nice civ to have in Nomad Start maps if you can guarantee a food income.
They're the worst civs to have in Nomad Start. I've got defeated in Nomad team games
like
with
like I said,
Chinese.
if you can guarantee a food source,
If you can
Chinese
guarantee a food,
are great. And a lot of these maps you can guarantee a food source, so
yeah, that's
they're
true.
nice there.
Cool. So what are you thinking for? So is it Boundary Brawl the next map?
Yeah, from
It's Hallis is the home map we're playing on.
I don't know, I really don't know.
You don't know.
It's one of the maps that you can lame quite a bit. I don't see
Mm.
lifts getting played there because I would expect that for houseboat. So let's try and go for process elimination.
Mm.
I would expect lifts on compass or houseboat,
Yeah,
and I'd maybe expect Huns. Well, you could play Huns and houseboat as well.
yeah.
So I'd be expecting, in all honesty, I would be expecting Japanese or Goths here.
Oh, I want to see Goths. I want to see some YOLO Goths play. Because I think we're at this point now where we're at the stage of YOLO Goths play. And what count as Goths? Which Fish has? I guess Chinese can do everything. Um,
Definitely not Byzantines.
oh,
I suppose you could get to cataphracts, but that would be almost a 0.1% chance.
yeah. I like Goths for this next one. I just like Goths.
I mean, we all love playing them. We
We
all
all love
hate
Goths.
facing them.
Exactly, exactly. All right, let me get game number 3 up. So this is match point now for Hallis here. He has to win this one, otherwise Fish goes through, and it will be on Boundary Brawl. I'm just going to get it loaded up here. Oh shit, I just put capture it rather than loading the next game. Lol. Be 2 secs.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy.
The Sevs, yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, so.
Let's just say we're going off the assumption that Goths are going to be able to get to the ridiculous spam and whatever, but who knows if that is
Hog.
actually going to be
Okay,
possible.
nice. Okay. So, I can tell you that the Civs for Boundary Brawl are going to be Hallis playing as the Goths, and Fish is going to indeed be playing as the Byzantines. So I'm going to hop into this one and pause at 10 seconds.
I'm paused at 10 already.
Okay, sorry, I'm behind. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Right, pause at 10. Do you want to count me in?
3, 2, 1, and you can do the intros. In the meantime, I'm just going to quickly run to the bathroom, and by the time I get back, I'm sure you'll be done.
Done the intros. Okay, cool. So here we are on game number 3 for Hallis versus Fish in the Wandering Warriors Cup. We have Hallis here in the blue playing as the Goths and Fish here in the red playing as the Byzantines. Oh my god! Hallis is immediately taking a Rhino here with the Goth bonus. I'd love to see it. This is just a horrible lane fest. Oh my god, the TCs aren't even up. Jeez. Oh, and Hallis with the he's trying to lane. Okay, I'm not very good at the hype casting, but there's a lot going on here. So we've already got some food being collected from. Well, we're gonna get the TC up now. We're having rhinos coming in before the TC's even up. This is stress. Ooh, and nice little drop in the houses here to de-aggro the boat. So they're both just about going to be on food at the same time. And yeah, keeps the villa alive there. So has Hallis gone for the Instaloom? He has gone for the Instaloom. And it's got 2 on food there. I'm building the house. And just a 1 second of TC idle time. We'd love to see it.
Alright, I'm back.
Right, okay, so they were both getting rhinos in before the TCs were even up here. And there was some crazy like attempts at blocking and laming. So here we go. We've got, I think Hallis is gonna reach this rhino.
That is a fail from Fish.
That is, yeah. So Lane coming in first.
That's free. That's going to be 3 rhinos versus 1, unless he gets round the back and sneaks it. I don't think Fish is going to be able to get that one at the back of Hallis' TC. So nice start from Fish, but
really nice, yeah.
Sorry, nice start from Hallis. But
Nice start from Hallis, indeed.
There is enough food around the TC to get enough up to feudal and whatnot. Villagers can only collect so fast, right? But Hallis long term will have more food.
Yeah. So do any of these the Byzantines or Goths have any notable eco bonuses early game, which is gonna?
No, essentially Goths do get a free villager though because the limb, yeah, it just researches instantly, which is nice. And whereas Byzantines, when they do take it, are gonna go down a villager, which I'm sure we'll see at one point.
Yeah. So I think we've got Hallis going out to the outer ring now. I think for some wood. Another super open map. I'm bringing in some water buffaloes, which is good to see. Fish is just moving out now. Seems very close. The water buffalo sounds so pained when you click them as
well. But yeah, it's been pretty meta to go for water on this map. There's not a whole lot of fish. They're pretty much in a circle around, but it's definitely enough for it's a noticeable amount. They're in a ring around. There's 3, 6, 9, I think 12 patches. So it's still quite a bit. That's over 2,500 food if you collected all of it. But even if you just collect from 4 patches, it's still the best part of 900 food, which is really nice. So it's always, see, whenever people say is it worth going for fish, and I'm not, resist making a pun. it's nearly always worthwhile going for fish. Like, there's really not many instances where it's not going to be worth it because it's like having two TCs working. It's just so strong, and it's always
Yeah.
like a question I think is like what new players ask is like, or things that they don't do is they don't always go and dock when they should be docking.
Yeah. I
But
can't see neither player has gone for a dock thus far. I think they're still getting some nice juicy stuff in the middle at the moment.
yeah, quite it's a map where it's going to be quite late to be getting to the wood, so you need
Yeah.
to ensure you have enough villagers on wood one to get the
Yeah.
dock and then actually produce from it.
Yeah.
Alice's lumber camp's actually really far away. He kind of missed
Yeah.
that one to his right, I think.
Oh yeah, the narrower one. I guess the benefit to going further away is that it isn't going to be ranged by if people do go water and stick some galleys on the shoreline. But it looks like we've got a dock coming up from fish now, so fish is going to go for water. Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
that's just a lot of
Oh,
walking time, but I suppose
yeah.
it's not too much further in terms of the actual position for the TC. Maybe like
We've got some
5 to 10
fighting going
tiles.
on in the middle here, and both players pulling away their wheat bills.
Fish has extra HP. He has a lot of extra HP actually,
Is it?
but he's pulled two away.
Uh,
There's quite a few weak ones, but Hallis is sending the boys. Literally sending the boys. And
oh my god.
Fish needs to react to that.
Fish does need to react to that, and he will do, but I think he was concentrating elsewhere. There's still no dock from Hallis. I don't think he's going to bother docking. I don't know how I feel about that.
Would be nice if Fish. Oh, he's got his fishing ship working now. That's good.
So there is a bill coming out now for Hallis here. Maybe just scouting, seeing what's going on, and maybe you're going to see that Fish has got a dock up. Or is it a sneak? I don't want to see a sneak.
Could be. We see quite a bit of sneak bases been going on in this map actually. And Hallis doesn't look
And
like
it is a sneak. The barracks is going down.
it's too far away. I've seen quite a bit of man at arms rushes going on with the forward barracks.
And it's really difficult to wall this wood line as well.
Really difficult to
So-
wall, and then you just make a range as well afterwards and make some archers, and it can be really fucking effective. There's no other way about it. And then that villager can also make a tower as well.
Yeah.
And there's less investment on water from Alice. Well, in terms of less investment, there's absolutely zero investment. So
Yeah.
long term, he's probably gonna have to try and do the damage in Feudal Age, which he's gonna try. I like the
Yeah.
approach actually.
Yeah.
Fish won't be able to afford things.
Yeah. So Fish still doesn't know it happened. Now he knows it's happening. Are we going to see endless militia? Kind of down for it.
Honestly, I prefer if he just wait. He is gonna make a dock. I prefer if he just waited to feudal to get man at arms, but that's I don't know. Maybe he's just looking to snowball some militia numbers here, but that's a lot of elves.
Yeah.
There's a lot of elves here.
So both on gold as well. And the pressure. Hallis really playing quite aggressive now. Oh my god, we've got 5 militia here.
I can dig that.
And I think I like that. Yeah, I'm down for that. Like heading, just doing a little bit of scouting. So what's Fish's plan? Got a fire galley for absolutely nothing at the moment. Oh, okay, Hallis going double dark. I
No.
prefer the land pressure.
Fish can defend that land military with a fire galley.
Fires. That's true. Okay,
It's that close to the water.
That's
But
true.
double dock from Hallis, so I don't know if Fish sees that. Keep in mind, Byzantines do get free time watch, but it's actually just out of the line of sight of the dock.
Yeah, it's just out the line of sight.
So he doesn't know double dock
I
there.
think it's game sense, and the fishing ships here haven't scouted it.
Oh god.
He's in a tower going down on that wood line as well. I like this. I like this aggressive play. Okay, so that tower is going to be denied, but it does force fishing to commit in there for a moment. Still not scouted the double dark.
I love.
Okay, now he's scouted.
Honestly, I love it. Like, it's forcing Fish to make a tower on the wood line,
Yeah.
Hallis can just move back and then attack the gold, and then Fish is really going to struggle to reinforce anything.
Yeah. Okay.
But Hallis has been baited into this tower, so that tower looks a little bit wasted.
Yeah.
But yeah, Man at Arms is going to the gold now, which is, you know, perfect situation. Fish is going to be able to make a tower there. And once Fish is knocked off of gold, double dock versus single dock. Hallis looks in... To me, looks like in a good spot right now.
Yeah.
And
So
he's...
we've got a range going up there forward as well.
Yep, and sneaky
So,
range.
yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Got-
That's you can see that. It's not that sneaky.
Got a real...
But
Got a good game
plan.
plan.
Everything that Fish is doing at the moment, which is really good.
Yep.
Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. So Galley's coming out now for Fish. I don't know how I feel about the Galleys. Like, Fish can't range anything, which Hallis has got with Galleys. And the fires in low numbers should do fine against them.
Yeah, I don't know one, but...
I think I'd like to spread the men at arms out around this rather than having like 5 all attacking 1.
One galley seems a bit weird, for sure. I don't understand that decision. And even the fire is taking out a villager from Fish, and this is the situation he has. You know, he's got...
Nice. So look at the fires killing the reinforcements there from
Yeah.
Fish, because Fish has got a range on the middle island here.
And that's...
Taking out the skirms before they even come across, that's really nice play. And Fish is having to abandon the gold here, and still got 5 men at arms alive with 1 archer now.
Takes a
no
build.
fledgling, but and gets a build down. Good stuff. So the eco KD looking really nice for Hallis at the moment. So it's 4-0. So I think this is the best spot I've seen Hallis in all of the games at the moment. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, really positive. Right
he looks in a good spot, and this is the issue for Fish, is getting those villagers off that island now. And Fish was actually camping his fire in the galley up towards the north, so maybe that was, you know, the galley just to help in with shooting any villagers that do go over. But he's now bringing the fire and the galley back over to try and help out. By the looks of it, 3 fires out from Hallis, so Fish probably really going to struggle to do a lot of damage. I wonder if... I wouldn't mind a demo from Fish, if I'm being honest. Could you imagine if he had the demo just in there right now? Like, those man at arms would be dead.
Yeah. And that's probably what Hallis was scared of there. But Hallis bringing in...
He's not that. He's not that scared.
Okay, cool.
Going around the swamp. What is he? What is he doing? Come on, Hallis. Playing with fire here. Ha.
Hey. Okay, ship's doing good damage on the skirms there. You see the strangest engagements on these maps, honestly. Okay, cool. So I think so that's a really nice engagement.
Oh my god! Look at it! Look at the middle island.
Still got the men at arms alive.
Look at the middle island.
The middle island.
Quickly, next to the berries, the bodies are gonna go into. They're gonna recede into the ground.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Fish just killed. I don't know if Hallis misclicked or what went on, but Hallis just lost like 5 villagers there from the TC.
Jesus, did they auto go onto them berries? That's not fun.
Maybe, I don't know where they went, but they were not meant to be there. That was not part of the plan, let's put it that way.
That was not part of the plan.
Never.
Fish though, is Fish completely off gold still?
Looks like it.
It looks like it. And Hallis is on his way up to castle.
I'm just trying to scan around for other gold spots. He does have these 2 villagers actually towards like the southeast, well, more towards the east, and anything else just hanging around idle time. I don't know if he's going to try and find some gold with them, but
I don't know if it's deliberate, but Hallis has got an archer on some gold and some hunt down here. Maybe scouting if Fish goes down there. You see in the south of the map. I can see in the south.
Oh yeah, I see it now. He was actually blending in with the zebras, because the zebras aren't even moving either.
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah. Cool. So it's going to be stable now, and we've got we've got Fish going up in the north now.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, he's back on gold actually. Where's he on the gold? Oh, 1 in north. was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if we seen a tap out here when we get to the castle edge, because knights are gonna come in. And it's gonna be
Yeah, that's
knights,
going to clear all.
and all he has is skirms as well, so that's gonna be extremely difficult for Fish to defend. Like those 9 skirms that are running around, they're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Hallis is going for a demo.
He's not made a knight yet.
He's going for a demo.
He's going for a demo.
He doesn't. He doesn't have the stable up yet, but he's got +2 on the way, so a couple of knights are going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah. Fish still hasn't clicked up. Okay, now he's going to click up.
Up now, yeah.
Yeah, that dock is going to go down, it looks like, so won't have to worry about demos. Oh, we've got a demo. Oh, demo ref from Hallis. Oh, I didn't see that bit. I thought you meant demo
No.
from Fish. But I want to see those skirms go down. Bait them, bait them, bait them. Come on, come on, come on, go on. Oh, they're not going.
Does he have to? The demo's
What?
just out the line of sight.
No.
It's gonna go behind. It's gonna go behind. Boom. Print screen.
GG, my friends. GG.
Even then, they were gonna die from the knights, and the knights are out from Hallis, so the villagers are trying to get back to the
You're
TC
not
from
as
Fish.
excited as me about that demo. That was a
And then
big bada boom.
the knights are gonna come into the villagers now as well. And Siege Workshop coming up from Hallis. Looks like Hallis's game. And Anthony does call GG. Yep.
Let's go.
And he does call it.
The sentry is on. Come back if the sentry is on. Nice. I like that.
I know. Just
I
looked
much
like
prefer the aggressive play from Alice than the conservative.
it maybe wasn't what Fish was expecting as well. Like forward fill into a barracks and just go man at arms, and the range was actually played second fiddle to the docks. So he went docks first, then got back on water. I feel like he was like playing white there, and then Fish was playing black, so he was always like one step behind.
Really good to see. Yeah. So Hallis won his second game when he was pretty much dead as well, in his round of 128 with a sneak on Compass. He completely lost water and then just completely wiped his opponent with a forward. So basically, I think what we're saying is forwards always win. Oh, God. Nice at the top there as well. Good. Good.
Even for Fish, if you look at the draft, like Byzantine's his last pick. So when you're 2-0 up, I think there's two good times to use your last pick in a draft. It's either the first game to try and test the waters a little bit, or when you're 2-0 up and you have a little bit of breathing space, and that's a great time to lose your last pick.
Yeah.
But it's not like Hallis overinvested in terms of like a pick as well. He used Goffs, which was like fifth for him. So
yeah, I think Goths are really strong on this map, though. I think the fact that Hallis could get a boar in before his TC was even up. The boar was dead before the TC was up, and then you can obviously get the insta-loom for any Ville fighting where your TC's in close proximity and stuff. And I like Goths as a pick on this one. I really do. And the forwarding with the 5 militians, 5 and arms. I just good.
We got Houseboat and Compass up next for Fish. I don't know which one it is, but I would be expecting.
Probably gonna be Houseboat, right?
If it's Houseboat, I would be expecting Hans or Lifts. Lifts can play good in Compass as well, though, but I don't know if he's maybe got something planned for Japanese. To be Japanese looks a little bit like an odd one out there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Funds are nice in Houseboat, you don't have to make the houses, which is really nice. Yeah, and lifts are strong in both of them as well.
Yeah.
And then Fish, I would be expecting Chinese or Indians. I would be expecting Chinese or Indians.
Yeah.
I think I actually prefer Chinese on Houseboat just because you can get straight on the food and then you have the extra villagers. I think that's what I prefer. Yeah. Actually. I would say Chinese and Huns is what I would say.
Chinese and Huns, cool. I genuinely don't know enough about these civs and about these maps to make a prediction. So I'm just going to load up the next game and find out that way. Once I put there we go.
As I say that, I start to realize like how dumb that does actually sound, because we essentially Hallis is on, he's on a clock, right, and he's on deciding game already.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
I'm paused at
Okay,
10.
so you pause at 10. Let me
Yep.
load on in. Cool. I'm gonna pause at 10 in a sec. Yeah.
So Chinese. So that's right for
Okay, so I
for
paused at
fish.
12 because I was watching something. So do you want to unpause at 12 and count me down into 12?
You're right.
Is
Okay.
that
So
I'm paused at 12.
I'll
Whenever you
when I go to 12, I'll say go.
Yeah.
Go.
Good.
Uh,
Okay.
the fishes went for
Correct.
Chinese. Really, no
Yeah.
surprise
Look how
there.
close the spawn is. Holy.
It is.
The light.
Yeah, that is actually pretty damn close. And so what I was saying
Yeah.
about Huns is, you don't have to build the houses, so it's actually really nice. But lifts are so strong because you have the extra food in this map, so you
Yeah.
can get up
So
nice and early.
3 extra bills and lifts get 150 extra food.
You essentially have 2 extra builds, so you'll have the head start because you need to wait for the food to come in as well.
Yeah. So they're both getting their eco bonuses kind of cancel each other out, right? Ish.
They're different kind of bonuses. Like for lifts, they have the extra food, so they can get up early. But, like Chinese have more villagers, but the villagers still have to collect those resources.
Mm.
But I think Hallis is on clock here. Like he needs to use his best civs that he has available. So lifts makes total sense. But from what I've seen, the lifts looked really impressive from some other players going forwards with some forward docks, especially if you got a nice early click up time. So let's see if
I'm
that's
still
what
waiting for
it
the
goes
human
for here.
masterpiece.
Yeah, human masterpiece. I don't think it's gonna happen.
It is gonna
I
happen.
think you might be waiting a while for that one.
Okay, cool. I will wait.
You, like I said, you might be waiting a long time.
I'm patient. I'm patient.
You're gonna have to be.
Someone's gonna do it. Someone is gonna forward siege and transport rams and kill the starting TC for the enemy, and then they're gonna douche when the enemy tries to.
I'll gift you 50 subs when it happens.
Okay, cool. You heard it here first, guys. It's gonna happen. I'm also not saying what tournament this is gonna happen in as well.
No, we're talking about Wandering Warriors right now.
Okay.
That is what we're talking about. Just love this. You look at Hallis's base here, he's got this like one tile thick spawn of wood. It's like so.
I know, I like that. It's like a free wall, isn't
It's
it?
so sad. He's got the berries. He can just place like 3 palisades and he has like an impervious wall almost.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so we've got a dock on the middle island from Hallis and a dock on the outer ring from Fish. I tried to play this map. Dave had like a community game on it, and I 4v4, and it was honestly the most disgustingly chaotic thing ever. Like eco balance, it's just awful.
I've not played it yet. The only thing I've done is watch. Yeah, the only thing I've done is watch.
Yeah, I think it would help if I had better control over my garrisoning and ungarrisoning on the transport ship.
Hmm.
Do any civs have bonuses where, like, from the off, where you get more thingies in your transport, like higher transport capacity?
Saracens, yeah. It looks like Hallis is going to try and get up super early. So you have 2 options with lifts. Either you can go for the super early lumber camp and then try and get more fishing ships out, or you can try and get this nice super early click up time, which looks like he's doing. Gonna put one more villager in the queue. Doesn't even do it, deletes it, and he's up already. 6:34. That's beautiful.
6:34.
Yep, really nice. And I would just be expecting a forward dock now.
Yeah. So all Hallis has been doing has been transporting the water buffaloes forward. 4 on wood so far. Going to transport some more over there to get 9 on wood. I don't think he sent anything forward as of yet. The scouts have seen each other though, I imagine. Or maybe ships in the night. They probably know that each other are over there, but Hallis is... So there's the bill going forward now. Going to meet up with the scout. I think Hallis knows that Fish's scout is away, so he's pretty safe in going up. Went up with Loom, which is good, because no Loom is scary stuff.
And
yeah,
how...
I mean, Chinese eco here, look.
Houseboat was also Alice's first pick, Fish's first pick, so Hallis might have wanted to pick that one as well. So I think a lot of the situations you'll see players, that it's not their home map, but they might have wanted to be their home map anyway, so they might have something prepared.
Yeah. Okay, so Hallis here, a little bit light on the dock, is trying to maybe get a Vil pick there. No, he's going to have to run away. More Vils are coming down. Yeah. So he's not walled his villain on his dock. That stresses me out. He's going to... Really trying to get that Vil. No, keep your scout alive. I think that was great.
No, he takes a villager. That's great value.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's walling his village.
That's fantastic value, and he's walled it in, so that's good.
Yeah, we've got a fire coming out now as well. So it's going to be well ahead here in terms of getting the fire's production out.
A massive head start, and getting to the opponent dock with such a head start is really, really quite nice. Yeah. Especially if...
Fish hasn't sent anything forward yet as well. So the Fish is just walling up at home. He's putting another dock down.
Fish can't send anything forward because he's gonna have to defend. Like, that's why he's going for a dock at home, especially with the head start that Hallis has. It's if you lose the water, like, how are you gonna get your villagers off the island? You can't. Even if you lose the transport ship, that's an absolute disaster. That's 125 wood.
And Hallis, here we go, is going for the transport ship, and he's going to take the transport ship out as well.
Like,
now that is yikes.
Now he can't get the villagers off the island.
So he's effectively idled Fish's whole economy here, and all the fishing ships are trapped there, and yeah, really good value here. So Fish has got 2 fires coming out as well. Hallis still on the one dock, making a demo raft as well, which I think is a good choice at this stage, right? He knows that he's 2 docks v1.
I don't want to say this is over, but oh my god, this is an like...
I wouldn't say this is over. I honestly, I never know with stuff like that. Oh, demo coming out.
This is just, to be honest, don't even waste the demo on the Fish. He's gonna go for the Vels. Yes, lovely.
Oh, love to see it.
That's a really good shot, and if it wasn't already over, it's going to be extremely hard for Fish to come back into the game. He does have double dock, but these villagers are producing in the TC. They're just going to be idle. The fishing ship's idle. Meanwhile, Alice has a villager lead. Everything's working at home. Like, the villagers, Fish has only got 7? He's got 22 working villagers versus Alice's 32.
This is 32 here, yeah. And he's going to take out this ship here.
Somebody suggested in chat that you should delete the TC. he still can't get the Vels off. He still can't get the Vels off.
Yeah, he's having to invest in fires. He's not even producing a transport ship yet. Nice demo there.
It's so expensive. It's 125 wood. He does have the wood floating, so he could do it. But
yeah.
Fish is in a real difficult spot right now.
Yeah. So Hallis is somehow saving that Vil because he's walled it in with a. Okay, cool. Now he runs. Okay, he's
gonna try and nerd his way out of this. Think he? He's not gonna.
Nah. So more demos coming out here. Some reasonably low HP transport thingy ships here. I don't think this is over, but I think Fish's investment into water there to kind of defend against this. I think it looks like he's.
Yeah, Hallis is in a very, 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 very good spot. Like, Fish has no food eco whatsoever. Hallis is dropping a market just now.
Hasn't even been able to get, so Fish hasn't got a dock forward at all. Like, for most of these, we've seen the each player stock each other's pond, right? And I think, and he's swallowed his scout. No, it escapes. It was nearly a masterpiece, and it wasn't.
I think Hallis is at least going to be. The way the game looks, it's like he's going to be 10 minutes ahead of Fish getting to the Castle Age because Hallis is going to click up like right now. And honestly, I don't. I unless like Fish just buys all the food and then sells some others, he could do that. He does have some gold available and quite a bit of wood float, and that'd be a good way of trying to get up. But his food eco is an absolute shambles at the moment. If he didn't use the market, then it's going to be extremely tough. But really good head start for Hallis at the moment. Really good. Like it's very much Hallis's game to lose.
Yeah. So no farm investment at the moment as well. Still on the rhinos on the outside here and on the fish in his own pond. Yeah, really delayed. Look, there's so much fish left in Fish's pond. I imagine T Knight's having an absolute field day with these puns right now. Got a fishing ship not even working. But yeah, looking really good. Really good. So blacksmith and stable going up and getting bloodlines. So looking like we're gonna maybe see some knights. Market coming up for fish.
Yeah, he's just gonna sell and try and buy and get up, but he's probably he's a large bit behind Hallis, and he's gonna tank a lot in the market as well. So it's not particularly good for you a long time, but he is gonna get up.
Has he got a second building? No, he's not got a second building.
He doesn't even have it. And look, he's
so forcing down the blacksmith there, and he's going to click. There we go. So Hallis getting his upgrades in. Going to commit to 2 stable knights. It looks like.
Yep.
Come on, mate, drop another one.
And I think he doesn't need 3 stables, but he needs a siege workshop or something else.
Yeah, I think these 2 villies are coming forward for that now. So immediately 2 knights in production here. And is he going to drop a TC or is he going to go all in? Oh no, siege.
Siege it is. It's coming from a great angle as well. Monastery down as well. Monastery will help.
So still more going up now for Fish, but he is ever so cramped in this area right now.
Panic stone walls. Look at this little micro base. Yeah. Like, he can't expand. He has these villagers here. Gonna get smushed from the south, and that's a weak spot as well. He's got stone walls here, but the market's got palisades right next to it. So once a monk and a mangonel's out, it doesn't matter if you put the stone walls down there. If you have other weak spots, your chain's only as strong as your weakest link, right? Like that kind of shit winds me up so much.
Exactly. Like if you're gonna commit to defending, I feel like you're gonna have to look at that area as well. So what can okay, so Fish will know that something's coming, right? But he's not actually scouted the monastery and the siege workshop in the south. Right, that is the first he sees of it now. That's a really nice position here for Hallis, and Hallis is going to be able to break through these through these palisades. There is a workshop coming down there as well, but we're going to have which is going to get denied. We've got conversion on the villager who has switched to the other side. Looking really, really good for Hallis now.
Siege workshop denied. It's going to go down. Yeah. The only chance that Fish has right now is to mass a fuck ton of camels, and then hope that he gets a good engagement.
4 camels.
But there is monks. There is monks.
As well. And upgrades on the camels. He's only got +1/+1. Hallis is. Oh no, he's also only got plus.
If he loses 2 camels, it's going to be extremely rough.
Yeah. And that's 1.
Did take 1?
Yeah. I think he took 1.
Yeah, took 1.
Yeah, 1 camel. I've still got the MangoMel alive doing work. With the knights streaming in there as well.
More knights coming in. Could do.
TC. I really want to see a second TC.
No, he doesn't have the stone because he spent some of it, and he also built an outpost somewhere, so he's down to 95. So can't really build. Can't build a single TC. He's gonna have to go and collect 10 stone just next from his gold there. He does have another. You just need to send 1 gold villager to collect 10 stone, but that might. But the thing is, he's invested in forward siege and a forward monastery, so
going double monastery now.
I think he
as well.
has to further commit to the pressure instead of just trying to.
Yeah.
Because that would be a lot of wasted resources and do not get a lot of damage out of it. You might as if you're gonna go and commit, you have to commit. You can't do these half measures.
Full send. Full send.
Not with this part of the game, of the eco. It's not looking too good. And we'll have to get really mucks long term as well, actually. He's not got a whole lot in gold.
There's some relics in as well. Like, I feel like the attack bonus will really help against the camels here. So you've got two monks and 4 knights at the moment. We do have the camels out now. We've got a second TC going up for Hallis.
Yeah, I like that he dropped that second monastery first, I think, before going for the TC.
Yeah.
Even though it's a little bit idle right now. He doesn't actually need it, but he's going to get to it. He's just struggling a little bit for the gold.
Conversions on 2 of the monks there, on 2 of the camels there. Got a 3rd monk coming out as well, going to get that relic. That'd be really good for the lift bonus on the knights there. Again, look at the long distance goat herding, whatever, in the top there. Going on a proper walk.
Oh, that's not too bad. You know, I'm surprised when you watch like top 20 players, like how often they actually do that in Arabia. Like, you ever watch Valessa play? He always goes for long range drop-offs with Hunt. Like, always. You maybe push like 1 or 2 deer.
Oh, and there's a hole.
And I think he should get the house wall and a palisade the other side.
Yeah.
Villager just pathing a little bit of a strange way.
They can't really engage under the TC. I really want to see how let's get the relics with these. I guess they're fold, so they are. Oh,
It's a lot of camels.
That is a lot of camels.
Pikes are right though, but it needs more.
It does need more. So, going to be 3 monks there going down, but a few good conversions in there.
Really bad path in there for Hallis, actually.
Yeah, that wasn't ideal.
Once the numbers get whittled down, it's difficult.
Yeah. Okay, that's looking like a good fight for Fish here, and Hallis would still with a significant eco lead here, but that was not ideal at all.
Yeah, it was a good fight, but you know, Hallis is still over 20 villagers ahead, adding a third TC in the back now. So, he's still in total control, and one from Fish coming in the back as well.
Gonna lose that kind of forward position there going on. And still got a few villies there at the moment. So what do you reckon the next steps are?
Well, pikes are out from Hallis already, but honestly, he can, as long as he can play defensive and keep villagers alive, then he should be alright. Chinese are always dangerous as the game goes on, but
yeah, but I still want to see Hallis get relics. Like, he's got 2 monasteries. He can. There's one there, and there's literally one in his base. Like, that's just free stuff, right?
Yeah,
that's good.
It's just maybe something he's not totally prioritizing at this moment. But I wouldn't be surprised if he does. Still got these monks just being pests. Did Fish actually get the Siege Workshop up? No, he did not.
Oh, so he's okay on pikes at the moment. Fish has got quite a few bills idle, but he's run out of gold as well, and is expanding with outposts. So I do like the outposts.
There you go. Look at the 1 tile deep wood. He just used it.
Where?
The one.
Okay, so we've got more Stonewall Desperation here from Mr. Fish. And we've got another Siege Workshop there going up from Hallis as well. So double Siege Workshop now. Okay. It's still keeping the pressure on whilst also being behind it. You'll love to see it. Neither player has deleted their starting TC at the moment. And Hallis has got fish traps. Good. Must have been watching the Black Forest games coming out. I didn't realise that fish traps were such a huge part of Black Forest as well.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
there's a hole there. There's always a hole.
Patch that hole, Hallis.
I think it's a different hole. Like the hole, that hole has always been there, but he patched. He just
He patched it. Yeah.
He patched it to the water.
Yeah, that's fine though. I think they're both looking to drop a castle soon. Fish has got 23 on stone right now.
Yeah, that's a commitment. All right.
And he's got 4 TC. No, the TC's gone down on the.
He deletes it.
Okay.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised I've not seen more of that actually.
Yeah, the rage deletes. Okay,
Just
so
to get rid of it, because you
right
keep producing
now.
villagers out there. At some point, it's like, well, I don't want to do that anymore, and it's had its
No.
use.
Is he converting the ships? I respect that.
Yep.
I respect that a lot.
But camels are going to come over now as well, and then they're not going to have the conversion, so that wouldn't be very good. But I think he's just going to go after the fishing ships and try and take him out.
There as well. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, and he's going to see that Fish has got a castle up at home as well, and Hallis should be having enough for a castle soon. Yeah, Hallis still heading military and eco at the moment. Has he got any relics yet? No.
Nope, no relics.
I understand this. I really understand that they've got a lot to think about right now, but also, oh, the one's gone from the back of his base. Maybe he did pick it up. Oh, it's
yeah,
there.
he only just got it. You can see down the bottom hand right corner,
He's
actually,
out for the
it gives you a relic count.
Yeah, that was 0-0, and then when he just put it in the, in the monastery.
That's
Okay, so we've got Shukanu out from Fish here.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? With the pike numbers out there.
It does make sense.
It's obviously not the production is not going to be crazy from one castle, but he's got enough to drop another.
No, he's
so
got another castle now.
It will be on double castle production.
Okay. That hole's still going to be there, but I guess you can just bait it into TC fire, and it's fine.
Alice's eco is looking a bit whack, if I'm being fully honest. It's looking a little bit whack.
He has got enough for a castle, but he just needs to start out this wood sitch. I feel like just like shove a TC down.
Oh no! I don't. He's not gonna. Alice just put the foundation down to try and drop one.
Yeah.
And Fish is wanting to put one down when Hallis is just being uber defensive now with that. But he might get a good engagement, Monk and a couple of mangonels. Fish is going to try and drop a castle probably on the hill.
Yeah, I think he's thinking better of it, and I think he's going back towards that goal there. Oh, he nearly killed all of his thingies. Oh, nice micro.
The mangoes is nice.
Yeah, so
Fish takes a monk though.
Quite a full castle there. Yeah. Okay, 1,000 wood now for Hallis. Come on, my friend. You can do this.
And Fish has enough for another castle. So, triple castle chicken could be difficult from Hallis.
That could be difficult, yeah.
But he is on the way up to Imp. He is on the way.
What did he do to get up to Imp?
Well,
I completely missed that.
No, he sold quite a bit of resources, and he does have some food eco rolling now. But he had so much wood, so he could sell quite a bit.
The demo raft. I don't know if it was a misclick, but if the Shukanus come near the island, then I do like the demo raft for that. And we've got 2 relics collecting now for Hallis. But the camels are nearly in, but can't really go much nearer to the castle. Okay, so
yeah,
let's get really good skirms as well, right?
Yeah, good. Well,
with the unique type. Ooh, that's not ideal. There's
good skirms and good helps. Camels are in now. Not like they're the best unit for raiding, right? Like even white cav raid better than camels. But yeah, just because their base attack's so low, they don't get any bonus against villagers.
Yeah. He's gonna have to do something about this though, because he's losing vills, and like the vill count and the military count's almost even now. Hallis.
Still got 10 vills. He has lost quite a few, but the pikes.
This isn't good.
That's quite a few villagers going down actually, so that should even things out. And
I don't think. Yeah.
The skirm transition is on the way, and Fish is going to be on 3 castles, and he's got enough for a 4th now. So.
And both on being right there as well.
Chickanu siege. It's always going to be difficult to deal with.
Scary combo.
But I'll send him now.
Yeah.
Only 5 on gold. He's going to need that gold for trebs.
Yeah, He's going to need to go to the top of the map here, otherwise he's going to get squished into a corner again.
He is hiding a
Fish
TC.
also as well.
Hallis looks like in.
Hallis, yeah.
He looks in a spot botter right now, actually.
Yes, I agree.
And this is
There is some gold still available, and he is going to have enough for castle number 2 soon. Getting Bracer in for the skirm transition here. I think I'd like to see the unique tech at this point. Is it? Oh, and he's going to have to move off this wood line as well. Yeah, Hallis needs to go up there, and another TC for Fish as well. So this is TC number 4. Fish just really good at getting map control. I don't know how he's got himself out of that spot of bother there.
Hello guys, you might notice the screen's looking a little bit different. Started to have some technical difficulties in the live cast. So we're just going to try and pick up where we left off and cast the next 5 minutes of this game. Aha, or is it? We'll soon find out. And if there's going to be a game number 5, then we'll cast a game number 5. But as it is, we're 2-1 up to Fish in the series. Best of 5 here. Chinese versus Livs. And Fish is in a real good position, actually. Seems to have weathered the storm that's happened earlier on in the game. And did eventually delete that TC, which is hilarious. Now you get 3 castles, but he also has enough for a 4th, nearly going on a 5th, which is super interesting. Hallis doesn't know this castle's here, going to try and drop it and going to lose quite a few villagers. He's out first to the Trebs, which is nice because Fish has only just got there. So 2 Trebs out, but 3 castles versus 1, of course, but full trash by the looks of it for Hallis. And Lithuanian trashes, it's up there with, in terms of, you know, being the most effective, it probably is, but Byzantines are just as far up there because of how cheap it is. But lifts are extremely good. Lots of upgrades. The pikeman line isn't as good anymore because they miss out in Blast Furnace, but the speed bonus, really nice for Lithuanians, it must be said. And Hallis gonna have 3 traps right here. And the Fish isn't too careful. He could lose 1 castle, but you know, he's still going to have more behind this, and he has a fuck ton of stone, so he's got enough for 2 more. So we'll see what happens there, but bringing his own 3 traps together. 2 mangoes here for Hallis, shouldn't do too much damage. Fish is actually going for the castle in the face over to the east, sending in some more military now. Villager numbers are pretty comparable, 119 to 132, so not a whole lot in it. Military a little bit greater to Hallis, does lose that castle now, could lose all of his Trebs if he's not careful. Pikeman there, engagement with the Trebs. Gonna lose 2 mangoes for free, not ideal. Hallis, that's a doubt castle in the meantime, which is also not ideal. I don't know if he's still transporting villagers over, they might just all be in there for a good while longer. But yeah, what a game so far. 45 minutes, and the early stages of the game was all Hallis. But Fish has done a great job of expanding. You know, these Vietnamese players are so good at nomad maps and adapting their playstyle, and they're very good when the games get messy. And Hallis now, like you can see on the map, he's only got blue over here. He's playing a little bit on the back foot now, and he's having to react to trash. Fish coming with the castle now. Gonna just try and put it pretty much on the spot where Hallis had his, and once that castle goes up, I think we will see a score switch. I wasn't far off. I wasn't far off, right? I think it was only about 50 off. And Hallis is just gonna try and trip that down now, but it's... Oh! Does he notice that one? Oh, he does. I think he's gonna lose the castle foundation. 1 more shot. Well, with 2 more shots, it's 3 there, so that's going to finish it. And then Fish, boom, see you later. That's that stone gone. He now has the Trebs pretty well defended. That's a lot of military there. Looks like he's making a cav switch, but I don't see stables. So he might be looking to go for some unique units here by the looks of things. Unless he's going to drop stables. He does have a lot of wood. See it up the top left. A lot of wood. And then Fish. He's almost lost those 2 castles for free. He still has 3 more. Down to 2 now? Oh god, see, this is what happens when you don't have capture edge, guys. You don't see the big icons on the minimap. The in-game spectating just makes your work so much harder than it does in capture edge. We're spoiled with capture edge. But you know what they say about technology, right? It's great when it works. It's absolutely terrible when it doesn't. But I think it's more of an issue in my end with the laptop I'm using. But sometimes the Rex can just get a little bit funny. Try to do everything I can to get it working, even without the stream running and doing different things, but it couldn't. And here we are. Hallis taking it on our castle. It's going to be really hard to produce Chukunu now, and Fish has invested a lot into them. He's got Elite. He's also got Bracer. He's got all the armor. Even, even the Scarm's been able to chase him. We will do a good job. And more barracks coming down. And tower shields. That trash is going to get even better. Gonna get even better. Tower shields. It's 2. Yeah, it's 2 Pierce armor. I wasn't sure if it's 1 or 2 there yet. Gives 2 more Pierce armor to the Scarms. And the Spearman line, so that's the halves now up to +4. Which is quite alright. Good bit of trivia for you. The Skirms can potentially have the highest Pierce armor in the game as the Lithuanians with a Vietnamese teammate. And Imp Skirms get up to, I believe it's 11 Pierce armor or 12. Something silly. It's absolutely outrageous. I love the job that Hallis is doing, just trying to expand up to the north. You can see the blue just getting a little bit bigger on the map now, but the red's not getting any smaller. Some raids coming in, so Hallis is now going to have to defend. Could get a lovely... I think he should get complete clear up there on the light cav now, so the raid's absolutely dead in that end. Trebs moving in. Going to take that castle out as well. Chukunu are on the hill though, so they're going to deal a lot of damage to the Alps. And won't do the worst against the Skirms, but long term not really a trade you want to be taking, right? So he does pull back after losing a good 10 of them, and then there's a few trebs for each players now. I think they'll just try and take out each other's trebs for each of them. Things in the north looks pretty stable-ish. Not meant to be a pun there at all. And in terms of production, Belgian numbers pretty similar, but Hallis just has more numbers. There's more numbers, and nothing really happening in the south, so this is the main focus for all players at the moment. You can see there's just idle just hanging around everywhere. Hallis has got 31 idle villagers. Fish only has 9, so his eco is working better. Going for another castle at home now, so that's nice. But great time to look away, yeah? Hallis just absolutely closes in on Fish there. Takes out the Chukunu. Once the Chukunu are gone, oh my god, the white cap are melting. You can always the trebs, that's a lot of res wasted. A lot of res wasted. Now, I would like to see Hallis just come forwards ever bit more. You know, really try and take some map control here. Be a little bit more dominant, and that is what we're seeing. Castle is about to come up. He's fixed those idols in the last minute and a half as well. It's down to 12 off of 30, so it's trying to sort things out. I feel like Cavs coming in and trying to raid at the same time, which can always be annoying, right? When there's so much going on in the game, you've got so much population. Alice is pop capped, so there's just so much to micromanage, and it's difficult. He's got 2 villagers just hanging around here, and the Chukunu are, it's free for them. +4 armor coming in. +4 armor. So we don't see any stables. Yeah, so no stables, so it's got to indicate that he wants to go for unique unit, or maybe, I don't know, like, it's got to be, right? And the sneak stables and the siege workshop coming in from Fish down in the south here. That's funny. Trying to make some end grounds there. There's actually some gold, there is some stone, so it should be a little area to target. Treb's coming over now from Fish. Score lead starting to get bigger, but Fish has a couple of white calves in the back as well, so that's nice for him. Is that Rocketry coming in? It is Rocketry. The other unique tech for Chinese. I think it's a Great Wall. Yeah, Great Wall, which gives walls and towers 30% more HP. Not something that would be getting used here, but towers on this map, there's not a whole lot of stone. It wouldn't be the worst thing at this point of the game. Towers, when you're pop capped, one of the best things to really go for is really pop efficient because they don't take any pop. And they can really, if you have like some choke points, towers can do a whole lot of damage. And just all over the map in terms of like garden villagers as well do a great job. Especially when you get to this stage. Okay, Hallis. This is the thing with the siege. He's got 3 trebs, lots of trash, not the quickest thing in the world. This looks like that's going to get cleared up. Yep, and we are going to see unique unit from Hallis. Elite Laty's going to be coming in soon, but he is pop capped. Has a lot of gold in the bank though. And not got a whole lot of farms actually. I think a lot of this going on here has affected eco. But it will be worthwhile just getting some walls across here. Stone walls. He's actually got enough in the bank to buy 100 stone, that's the thing, but it might not be the best thing to be going for at this point. Even arson. Arson for the helps. You know what, these skirms, it feels like they could actually sit underneath the castle and take some damage, but of course the halbs cannot, which he needs the halbs there to guard them from the light cav that Fish is now totally transitioned into. Light cav and chicken ooze, which are full upgrades now, 8+6, insane damage. What a bit surprised we haven't seen Siege Ram. That would be the only thing for me. He's got 64 on food. Obviously needs a lot of that food to get the light calves out, but Siege Ram here with the chicken ooze can be really difficult. Would tank a lot of damage from the skirms, and it doesn't have a whole lot of halbs out, but Weighties are right now as well, 16+5. And you know what? The Pierce armor is not the worst. They do have 5 Pierce, so they will be able to tank a little bit, and they'll just melt the trebs. The ladies are their niche. I don't know if that's the right word, but their special ability almost is that they ignore melee armor. So when they were up against another melee unit, if it's a guy with a sword on his on his own 2 feet or on a horse, then they do maximum damage. And the light cav, they do 9 damage versus the 5 melee, so they're only doing 4 damage a hit there against the ladies, but the ladies are always going to be doing 21 against the light cav. So light cav going to go down super fast to these guys. And villagers are going to go down super fast as well. 2 hits, and the villager's going to be dead. How you looking in the north? Fish does actually get a castle up on that gold, so that's fantastic. They'll secure some further res. How you looking at villager count? 115 to Hallis, 140 now from Fish. So the military difference is quite substantial. You can actually just looked at the map 10 minutes ago. This was all red control, right? And Hallis is just slowly getting out there, and Fish is having to do all the reacting. But he has sent some nice raids in. I do like that Hallis has actually re-walled, so that's pretty damn nice. Should take the pressure off that area a little bit. I would like to see him not lose the weighty so easy. Fish are really struggling for gold, so he's not going to be able to replace a whole lot of chicken ooze if he loses them. But really focused on the food eco, as you can see, and it's going to take something to take down these ladies, because sending in a whole lot of light calves is going to have to be quite a few of them to take these guys down. And you can just look, the ladies do a really good. There's 2 of them there. There's 2. There's only 2 of them. That's insane. And meanwhile, when he does that, it sends them in this direction, getting a nice push on the other side. But actually, the chicken ooze are on a nice part of the hill there, so doing fine. Fish trying to get some more stone in. There is a trap here from Hallis. How's the res looking? Has a lot of gold, right? A lot of gold banked up. Also transitioned to this gold over in the south. So it looks fine there. Another Treb coming over, and it's just big military numbers for Hallis, operating with nearly twice the military count, which is a lot at this point of the game. It really is. And a lot of Fish's military is just light cav, just there for a meat shield. But the chicken is do the work. But we've got no siege. We don't have any siege. And I think we need siege ram. But no gold. That's the thing. We've just got no gold. And if Fish loses that castle, he's in trouble. He's really in trouble. He should have maybe prioritised this area, try and get that free when it was, but doesn't have a whole lot else, not teched into anything. Hasn't even teched into his trash lines yet, so... outside of White Cav, of course, but... I think calling Light Cav trash is, almost not fair, because they're that strong a unit, to be honest. Especially at this point in the game, where you have the mobility, you can just send them in. But that castle goes down. Fish is at least going to try and salvage a relic that was here. And did Hallis get the relics? I don't see any in that one. Let's see how many he did pick up. He did get 3 relics, so that's maybe why he's floating so much gold. But he has had more consistent gold collection than Fish as well. Look at his Q. His Q is insane. He can spam units for days. The Q, not as impressive for Fish. But yeah, he could go for Siege Ram. He has quite a few light caps still in the queue. Cost 1,000 food. Has enough to get out 4 siege workshops. Get some rams in there, and then you know they're the most cost efficient siege unit in the game. Trebs cost 200 gold. A ram only costs 75. There are some units here, of course, but you need something else to try and tank some damage from the chicken is. And the chickeners are just in a really tough spot. He keeps losing them. And now he's only got production from 1 castle. Fish. Yeah, it looks like he's in a spot of bother, as we would say in Scotland. It doesn't look too hot right now, and Alice just keeps on sending in more res. Heavy camel coming from Fish. It's not really going to be able to afford that in the long run, so don't really know what his reasoning is there. And delete laties are out anyway. They ignore the armor. They'll do a shit ton of damage. And oh my god, look at Hallis's res. That is just that's insane. He's got so much res banked up. But his Q's full as well. I don't think there's much else he can really do at this point apart from attack areas that's maybe slight weakness and then just continue his push and take out whatever he can of Fish. Still a decent army size there from Fish. You can see it's 83 to 60 now. So he's evened up the numbers a little bit. The gold units are going to be important here. Going to be a big engagement that could be good for Fish, but decides to pull back. Maybe just let the chickeners try and take out the halbs there, and once the halbs are gone, a lot of the skirms can fall. And they do. Once you take out the halbs, skirms, and when there's some sort of mobility there, are largely ineffective. 4 trebs potentially going down. Range coming up now from Fish. What's he preparing here? Really doesn't have the res for anything else apart from skirms, so it might just be full trash himself. Again, no siege, so even if he does get control, what's he going to be able to do with it? Does he have any trebs anywhere? I don't think he has a castle left now. Pretty much ate all that gold, so that's nice. A gold bit left here. Now, so that one there, and there's a little bit of gold here. Actually, quite a bit of gold left there. But yeah, skirms are out. Not even elite. Normal skirmishers. We got them now. Elite skirms in. But yeah, it just looks like Fish can't do anything to stop this at this point. 5k score difference. The only thing that's having to be asked of Hallis right now is like Fish is saying like, okay, come kill me, and it's not going like full trash with some traps. It's not the quickest thing to kill people off. It does take a little bit, but on that, Fish does call GG, makes it 2-2. That means we'll be going to game number 5. Fortunately, we'll be going back to Capture Age for the game number 5, which will be on Compass. Will be in Compass, which will be Fish's next map. Interesting game, it really was.
And goodness me, I don't know how Fish stays alive, to be honest. Though, like he expands so well to take map control. Well, kind of map control, and it was looking dicey, I think, early in for Hallis, with all the castles on his face, but like really managed to like be patient and push back there. It was great.
Alice played that pretty well, nearly
Mm.
like all parts of the game.
Yeah,
Just maybe that forward smash didn't really achieve a whole lot, was the only thing.
yeah. I feel like sometimes he can push more than he thinks he can, maybe. But because like look at the resources he's got, like over 1,000 gold, 3,000 food. I just want to see Wing Hussar in the eco. Like there's no castles at home to defend there, and it's completely open. And then if you shred the food eco, then there's no light calf production, and then like skirms just kill, right? That's my thoughts.
Or
My 1100 analysis.
skirms die.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sick. Cool. Well, what a game! That was really exciting. So we're on to a game 5. I need to be right back because I need to loo because this is a really long set. But
Cool.
how are your technical issues looking? Do you feel like you're going to be able to hop in for a game 5?
I turned off the game and whatnot and rebooted some things.
Yeah.
That really wasn't ideal for me the last 20 minutes,
Mm.
but Capture Age is back up and running,
it-
and we'll see what it's like.
We'll see what it goes. Okay, good
Yeah.
stuff. Lovely. Well, I will be right back. But I'll leave the civ draft up so you can all speculate on which of the 4 civs, which 2 of the 4 civs are going to be played next. So I need to get even it up at 2-2 as well.
Yeah, we only have Japanese and Huns left for Hallis,
Mm-hmm.
and Indians and Italians for Indians and
Right, I'll be
Italians.
right back.
Compass. Hello, chat, and both streams. I can do something bad right now. Compass has been pretty clear in meta so far, actually. Quite quickly. Trying to get up to feudal. I think I've seen Viper do it with 12 villagers, and then some other ones going for 14, 15, which has also been pretty fast. Slam got caught off guard from an 1800 player on this map, purely down to build and prep. So I think most players will know what they have to do by this time, but last round it was a little bit more complicated. And yeah, we'd be expecting Italians, Fish, and then Japanese are just better on water. Then Huns, and only Huns left from Hallis. That was probably a spare one for Houseboat. Game 5.
Hi, back. Game 5.
Game 5. Yep.
Love to see it. All right then. Let me get game 5 loaded up. Here we go. I think this is the first set I've cast which has not been a sweep as well, which is good.
I know. I'm actually like I'm gonna have to hop off after this game because it's been on for so long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I've just
no.
because if I do another set, it's probably gonna take another hour 30 minutes potentially. Like,
Maybe.
and then that'd be like 7 p.m. and like I've got
Mm.
I've got I've got pizza to make.
You got pizzas to make. Wow. Okay, so we're going on to game 5, which is on Compass.
Yep.
And I'm going to hop in now and I'm going to pause at 10 seconds.
I'm paused there already.
Lovely. I'll be there in a sec. Well, not in a second, love. Okay, I'm paused at 10 seconds. Do you want to count me in?
3, 2, 1.
Cool. Okay, so we are in a game 5 situation here. So we have got Hallis in the blue here playing as the Japanese, and we have got Fish playing in the red, playing as the Italians. So both players immediately dropping a dock on their starting island and transporting to the outer ring where they immediately drop their TCs. So they're docking on like the what are you going to call these? They're not really islands because they're kind of like attached to the outside of the map, but they're on like adjacent ones
Oh,
rather
the
than
edges.
opposite. Yeah, the edges.
I call them north, east, south, and west.
Okay, cool. So instead of like TCing the east and the west island, we've got Fish in the south and Hallis in the west. He's played this map before and has come back from the dead on it after losing water. So could be in a good position here in terms of being aware of this map. And it wasn't his home map, but he has played it in the first round of the tournament, so has got some experience on it, which is good to see. So both using their transport ships at the moment, getting some good scouting in. And yeah, what do you think of this matchup then?
You gotta prefer Italians long term, I think, especially if water is going to be a dominant feature. I said when you're away, preparation's really quite important for this map because it builds a little bit more off standard because you start with 2 fishing ships, so really important you get the dock up straight away, which both players did on the starting island. I think interestingly, Fish didn't actually leave one to collect. He didn't leave a villager to collect from the shore fish next to the dock. He's actually sent that with the TC,
Yeah, right.
whereas Hallis has actually remained one. So keeping the villager there on the starting island is quite nice because it's good for repairs as well instead of having to send them off to the edge.
Yeah, I guess the Japanese get cheaper lumber camps and stuff. I know it's only a minor thing, but it means that you could probably do with fewer on wood, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's you put the TC on the wood anyway, so dropping a lumber is probably not the biggest issue. But
Yeah. Look at
it
that.
is nice for the uptime, like because you are going to need
Yeah.
that second. You're going to need the second building, preferably a lumber camp. So it is
Yeah.
it's a small saving, but
Yeah.
enough. It's not as good as the Italians bonus where you do actually have to collect less food to get up, which is probably a little bit better. But both civs do have a slight
Is that
bonus.
throughout the ages, or is that just imp? I can't remember with Italians.
Every age. Every age.
Circle. I'm not too familiar with the Italians bonuses. Okay, so neither players really scouted each other yet. They've scouted every other bit of the map apart from the bit which the other player is on. Okay, so we've got a slight equal lead at the moment for for Hallis with 4 fishing ships to 3. Oh no, 4 fishing ships as well. I do prefer Hallis's dock spot. I think he's got like 3 deep fish with an easy access rather than fishes are marginally further away. I feel like I'm literally like splitting hairs at the moment. Though.
Yeah, clutching at straws at this point.
You
do you know what I'm actually thinking of? I'm just thinking how mad Dave's going to be right now because he's sitting waiting around for Tristan to join him for co-casts.
Is he actually?
Well, he must be right because T90 was doing this one on Facebook. Dave had who did he pick first? I can't remember, but he picked. Obviously, they're doing different game ones from each other, so this set's still going on, and Dave probably could have done like 2 sets by now, like if it was both trios.
No, this is what I mean though. If you either do all of it or none of it as co-casting, because otherwise there's no guarantee as to when
you're gonna like intersect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised no one's clicked up yet. When I said you're away,
No, no.
I seen
I'll open up now, and Fish is struggling for food a little bit at the moment, but I think he just needs to have these fish drop off,
he's
and then he'll be
he's got
happy
enough.
to.
Yeah, got enough.
Yeah,
He's actually
he's
got
gonna
too much
idle
food.
for this well.
He's not got
Yeah,
a second building.
he's not got a second building. Oh, feels
That's
bad, man.
that's a disaster.
Feels nomad, man. That is a disaster.
And this map
So
is
giving Hallis time here as well.
super
That
snowbally.
feels.
Like if
It
you
is.
lose the fish, it's gonna be in a tough spot. And I wonder
Yeah, so
if
second part coming up now for Hallis. I like this because it kind of protects this crossing from where the enemy island. I'm going to call them islands. Enemy lands are. So any sneak, he's likely to see it if he's got a ship patrolling there. And also can take some nice safe fish as well if he wishes. Okay, so taking that villager home now. She's done a job. I'm going to drop off. So House has got some nice safe gold at the back of the island there as well. So they're both going on to gold now. So we're gonna see some water battles, aren't we? And 2 fires immediately in production there for Hallis.
yeah, but it's gonna be a good head start for Hallis. He's Fire Galleys take the best part of a minute in game time, so he's gonna be 2 fires ahead.
I feel like they take forever when you hit feudal and you try and produce fire galleys. Honestly, it's the most like painful wait of my life.
They take a long time. They take a long time.
Forever. Yeah.
But you know they're right on
Alice
top of each other.
got a villager going over to the island in the north there as well, which might be spotted here. No, not going to be spotted. So we're getting dock number 3 in the north.
Really unfortunate, actually.
Yeah.
He doesn't see that dock from Fish's POV. Yeah.
So Fish has only got the 2 docks up at the moment and got a bit of a head start there, but he's going to have to pull away from the TC. Can't really engage there, so still keeping his fish safe.
I'm surprised.
I can't do this with fish and fish. It's the amount of times I've said fish this cast. It doesn't feel like a real word anymore.
I am surprised we didn't see any dock walking going on with the transport ship, like trying to lame the fishing ships. I seen that quite a bit in the last round, and it's quite an effective thing to do to actually stop the food getting dropped off for like a good number of seconds.
Yeah, we've got a demo rack coming out of the dock in the north. He doesn't spy that ship at the moment, so
I don't know if what he's doing. If he's probably going to send it for the fish, which would be really nice. Like the fish could get obliterated.
Yeah, that's and getting some found a really nice spot there to kind of. It feels like he's trapping the fish a bit.
Fish is going to lose all of them. They're too weak. One demo is going to absolutely melt them.
Yeah. The demo's coming in now.
Let's do
Demo zoom.
The other ones are great. There's 3 that are really weak now as well, though. It's not going to take a lot to finish them off. They're all going to go. They're melted.
See ya. That's a disaster for Fish there.
See ya. And then Fish is just he's changing up. Barracks coming up, so it looks like he's going to try and get some sort of land military going.
Yeah, I want to see an outpost on here as well, so you can see what's coming across.
Or you could just wall. You could just wall that area.
Or you could just wall. So barracks stable. Hallis is completely open at home at the moment, so really focusing on water there. It doesn't even have a barracks up at the moment. It looks like he must know that something's going to have to come on land now.
Yeah, that would have been the only thing is if I would have liked to see the walls come up when you know you're taking the water as well, right? Just to.
Because he knows that Fish is on this island, right? Oh, still engaging in the bottom there. And Fish come back a little bit on water here.
Yeah, he's got numbers.
Got numbers indeed. So Hallis is gonna have to pull away there. And we've got 2 villagers coming across now. Is he gonna see this?
The fish get
Just out of the line of sight there.
Didn't get a 3rd dock up. And then just demos now from Alice. Huh. Yeah, Alice just stopped. Oh.
Yeah, stop.
Nice shot with the demo though.
Nice,
and then that one's going to come in. That one's going to finish him.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
Good.
Nice. Does him.
Nice demo. Okay. So we've got a forward range coming out there from fish in the south with and scouts coming across here.
Forward range.
Forward range, yeah. Hallis has got nothing at home and he's not seen this either.
And I don't think he
He's
is.
just in the dark spot. Like, no, he's not. And the first he's going to see is these scouts coming across, and he's not got anything at home to defend here, and he's not wild. These scouts are going to come in. No upgrades on them at the moment, so I guess the villagers can engage in mass, but it's far from ideal. Still fighting on water here as well. Still getting the food income from water, which is good, and Hallis is probably looking to click up to the castle age, but maybe not at this point, seeing the pressure coming in feudal.
I can't believe how greedy Hallis has been here.
You what, sorry?
I can't believe how greedy Hallis is playing.
It is so greedy, isn't it?
Like, with no, he did, like, that's the simplest little wall ever, and he didn't even wall it.
He's up. I mean, he's up, but there's
But there's scouts there and archers. Like,
yeah.
he could have walled it, like, way before.
Yeah.
If this was his
We've
plan.
just got a barracks coming up there now.
And the archers are just going to go to the gold.
So House is going to have to move that. Yeah, no, this isn't ideal. So he still has control over the water there. Still got the fish on water.
Super greedy.
Fire there, yeah. So fish is still continuing to produce fires. But yeah. So Hallis has got a defensive tower on there. I don't know if it ranges that. Cannot select it. Where are they fighting? Oh, that.
It's just tower? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then the only thing is, Hallis did a lot more fish working for a longer time. I'd like to see it be moved down to the south, a little bit more safe, but of course, fish should be able to see that now, that's the only thing. But I suppose it's good for Hallis, these lumber camps are half price.
Exactly. Keep lumber camps. A couple of nights just kill all of them as well. But we're still fighting on water as well, so it is going to be nights in the castle age. But yeah, no, those, I mean, that's not ideal for fish, just putting his archers underneath the tower there, losing that, and the...
I wouldn't be surprised if we see more, but Hallis has stopped engaging there with the micro and the fire galley, so he's gonna, like, well clear them all up, but another one out for fish.
It is 3v1 at the moment. Fish is sending more vills forward. Fish is forever feudal at this point, I think. Only 7 on food. Hallis still has some fishing ships working for him, so has had that good boost there, but he's going to have to deal with this at home now. So we've got one night. I don't even know where all the buildings are. Jesus. Okay, so one night garrison, so we've got 2 there, and just trying to queue a few nights. That should be a fine engagement, I think. Yeah, if he takes the archers out.
The capture age has all the default hotkeys, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, no, capture age does. So whenever you do, like, you go Control B, that'll take you to the barracks. You go Control S, it'll take you to, like, the blacksmith or whatnot. But
oh, I didn't know that.
As far as I'm aware, it's the default hotkeys, so it's not what. Yeah, so it's not your hotkeys.
That's a really nice clear up from Hallis, by the way. So we've got 2 knights on the field now. Fish still nowhere near going up to the castle age here. I think I want to see some, like, oh, okay, yeah, I was going to say I want to see some transferring to land eco now from Hallis. And maybe some siege to clear up this forward. So we've got fish here walling off the south of the map here, so Hallis isn't able to push forward, but he could go up into the top there. There's so much res.
Not a massive investment from fish actually putting those walls up. And I really like they went for stone walls. Because the palisade walls actually melt to fire galleys.
Yeah.
They go down super fast.
Right? Because they set them on fire, so that would make sense.
I guess, yeah, but there's not like there's a lot that makes sense in this game, is there? Santa Cruz, 14, thank you for the follow.
Got the stonewalls going up behind there as well. And he's just going to transport them round. Of course he is! Because that's what that transport ship.
That's what he has it for, right?
No, they dropped them on the wrong side.
Well, they're just going to hop back in.
Hop back in. I'm back round.
And
I want to see.
Fish.
I want to see the.
He does have the
Where's
barracks, but it's a little bit isolated.
This is awful. This is awful.
Really
So
rough from Fish.
these have got +1, so they're open. Go on.
Would love to get a few villagers right now.
Yes.
He's having to put up another barracks, double barracks, still in feudal. Looking really good for Hallis in the meantime.
It is indeed looking good. So gonna take that farm out. I mean, there's vills, but idling his whole eco now, right? This is really rough for Fish because Fish has lost all his fish. And now he's losing all his farms, so they're completely idle. All the vills are exposed here. He does quick wall those vills in. I don't know if there's a hole, I literally cannot tell through there. But having to invest in spears now while Hallis has got full water control.
And all the momentum's gone from the forward as well. Like, at range is there, the knight's clearing up the one archer that was there. A couple of knights at home from Hallis. At tower, obviously annoying, but Hallis onto another gold, so not a massive issue. 10 fishing ships out from Hallis, so he's went
gold. Oh, there.
down in the south. So Hallis as well and truly went boating. Just needs to get just to balance a little bit. He's got a fuck ton of wood.
Yeah, he's dropping TC now. Dropping a TC on that
On the
gold, which is
gold,
good,
yep.
and also starting to go on stone now. I think because of maybe it was delayed because of the tower investment. I always forget about investing in the tower.
And I love it. Another couple of knights coming over. Really nice move from Hallis, distracting. Got the spears way down to the south.
And forward siege in the enemy base. And what is he going to bill fight? If he bill fights, then the knights come in. This is excellent.
Really nice. And the siege. And I think once Fish sees the siege workshop, which he does see, he's got to be really worried. But his res looks good, and he's just clicked up to the castle. He just had to buy a few hundred food. It's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
And is he gonna evacuate? Looks like it.
I think he is evacuating. I think, to be honest, I respect that. Because what's he going to do about all these knights and the siege? Like, if he tries to like stay in, he's just gonna.
He has a lot of spears.
Yeah.
And he calls it anyway.
And the GG is called.
Poggies.
Unbiased casting here.
Poggies.
We saw it. We indeed had the reverse sweep. So.
Damn.
What a series! What a series! Holy. Holy. It is indeed coming home, my friends. It is indeed coming home.
What?
My goodness.
Jeez. Great set from
what a good
from Hallis. And it's not easy to come back after being 2-0 down.
I know. It felt like he played completely different in the last 3 games, I thought. Like, there was so much more early aggression and he snowballed it so much better in the last three games, and I don't know, it was good. He only did it. He did indeed go and did it. My goodness, right? Let's take a. What a series!
It really was like
crazy. Yeah, that was.
I'm really quite surprised because you see people do reverse sweeps, but they generally don't happen that often.
Yeah.
And even from a playing perspective, they're difficult to pull off. Like, they really are.
They are. I know. Like, my confidence is all when I play tournament games. Like, my confidence is always through the floor, or even like after losing the first one, because I just overestimate my opponents all the time. But what a play to come back from that.